bit more tempo and control. Big descendant onto a spirit for a ton from the rest of your team. Time in the order, and then we get like we go exploring, right? Like how do we? Yeah, Shadow Fiend definitely a strong option here. So gonna Shadow Fiend down the sharp.
I would say that it's a fine lane for Shaker. He should be able to farm me. But Ember has to just not much damage from the Shaker nades. The flying corpses is actually the main source of harass here. If you drop a little bit low, it can be dangerous. Yeah, the slugger.
That's super annoying. Shaker made in general. We're looking at Blink furthering stacks with Echo Slam. What's the ammo?
Yeah,
Shaker?
Blink Aghanim's has been coming back a lot. It used to be that we had a lot of the Kayasha builds, right? Link into Kayasha, but we've gone away from that. The last few Shakers that I've seen, most of them have been going for the Aghanim Scepter, and it will vary, even though it was nerfed from its prime days. And stacking Aegis is going to be a big play for both these teams, honestly. There's some good farming potential. SF can clear it really fast as well.
Oh well, looking very sharp. Clean, ready to get into things. Aerodynamic. And then we've got the Devotal Mustache. OG, Glasses Gang.
We improve.
A full team wearing glasses. How often you see that?
A spectacular team, Gareth.
Oh, thanks for the team. Ocular glasses. There we go. I was trying to figure out what the ocular glasses.
Ocular
orangutan gorillas.
OG.
Yeah. Fun words that. Syncretion doesn't simply mean anything. No. It's up to your interpretation.
This one.
Just fun words that team that through since that through since doesn't simply mean anything. No. It's up to your interpretation.
This one.
Get his hands on the IO, but still going to have that backup fog backline saving hero to keep some of his cores alive.
Yeah, we'll see both teams kind of heading towards the same area, so might have some fights going in, holding each other's high ground. It's this non-control.
Now the invasion from Nigma Galaxy. They're blocking up the amp to try and limit the stacks that Raven would be. And wandering through mid, trying to see if they get their hands on any of these additional runes. Divide can realize pretty quickly there that OG have the numbers. But 2 for 2.
Scammy's gotta try and zone him a little bit. Try and force out a TP perhaps. See if he could take a power shot and quite a few auto attacks. It is not that comfortable. But from his Rasta, Blood Grenade could maybe connect, but
He cat. He was the big boy. Samael was
these, you know, a player that burned a pretty strong image in my mind of his performances.
TV Inspector, ones for me. But yeah, the position goals come for us all, you know. It's like that classic. Those who can't, you know, those who can't play cast. So, you know, you end up in a position where it's like, okay, I accept my fate. Yeah, I might be a pro player at one point. It's just I was smart enough to realize
the opposite journey. Don't worry, your pro career has, you know, it's booming soon. Oh, mid lane.
Wow, what?
Looks like Yopash's pro career is getting killed off by the Ember here. Just getting killed.
I'm here yapping. I was watching that happening. I didn't possible.
Yeah, no, the Ember Spirit in this patch is still very problematic. Historically, the Shaker has been a pretty good matchup against the Ember, but could not get the first creep wave going the way he wanted to, and too much harassment taken. He just got auto-attacked a lot.
Yeah, a few eyebrows raised there. It's going down a rough one.
Yeah, and top lane, continuous harassment coming out from the Wind Ranger and the Muerta. Some trades back coming in from the Rasta and Largo, but largely this is going to be a lane where they get harassed and can't really dish it back nearly as well.
There's too many capes and too many flappy bits of fabric up here.
No capes.
They're getting chased and harassed. Yeah, no capes. The Largo's going to lick the cape out. That's where it's going to get stuck in the big house. A big wave approaching. Going to give the Largo at least that additional bit of farm, but you have to pay for it every creepy hit. We're going to take a couple of right-click attacks. Zaps back with shackles here. This game will take a bit of additional damage. Nothing too bothersome.
They safely get the healing Lotus though, because they've pushed the lane so hard. If you are the first team to strike and push the lane, you're likely going to be the ones getting healing Lotus as well. Extra sustainability for them. And mid lane already dropping low after dying the previous time. Yopash not finding a good foothold on mid.
It's like his last hits and denies, right? Expected out the Shaker. They're looking good, but being harassed and dying once, not a good spot for Yopan. That gives Lornoff a pretty nice timing. Only when you say it's the Ember Spirit who's got to be careful about not getting the sluggers, and then he harasses back. This is without a Blightstone or anything. He's just trading beautifully.
He's just a god gamer for sure, showing why he was such a powerful stand-in on mid lane.
After being harassed back by the... It seems like Nigma Galaxy have got a pretty good grasp on that, especially with the Dark Willow. Try and guard runes. I'll give your opponents the refill of the bottle. A good couple of waves there to the SF to take full control of that bottom.
Yeah, already we see Beastmaster just enjoying some jungling. Well, I don't know if he's enjoying it.
Enjoying,
but
yeah.
This is what you're limited to now.
You get relegated from the Premier League down into League One. They're enjoying it down there. Don't worry. Shit.
So yeah, grand old time. Yeah, unfortunately for them.
Cool. Yeah, get relegated. Drop against all the bad teams, and you're like, okay, we don't belong. We should be over there. Back stronger.
Oh, blood grenade on mid lane.
Trying to go for it, yeah. Yeah, spells on floor and off, and he's got to fire. And a little bit more, which he just doesn't have, and now trolls. The synergy arrives, killing the Earthshaker. Further response from OG.
Man, the rotation coming in, that has to feel so rough for Shaker. He thought that maybe finally he can get revenge for that first death on the lane, but instead he falls yet again. Ember gonna make some serious progress towards his levels as well with this. Once he gets level 6, control all the runes, start being active.
On him again, but yeah, there's that level 6, making it close to impossible to just go straight for him.
It's like a script, right? Every time Ember gets level 6, he always does the TP base. Always gonna be low mana, low HP.
Shot! It's in a kill, but Defy is a pretty tanky frog, so shrugs off the majority. Trying for safety.
Ganun yung nila live nila.
For the active rune covered by the remnant, so the invis. That feels like the momentum of the game definitely going Nigma Galaxy's way. The game definitely going Nigma Galaxy's way. They're being faster, a little bit cleaner with all their moves. OG Sleepy starting things off here in this game 1.
Yeah, not quite as strong lanes and all
Nakikita
the
pa yung
stacks.
stack.
This Shaker's comeback mechanic, if he gets stolen, it's really bad for him.
You've got the Shadow Fiend coming in as well. Triple raise.
Oh my
Right
god.
out of here. And the shackles in the back of the earth. Ah, it looks like they might.
Shit.
Back to remnant forward, remember? A job and kill off the Earthshaker. He tries to deny with the Wind Ranger. He's under tower. Blood grenade thrown. The cat tracking back. In behind. Wind Ranger chasing Omar. Looking for the kill on the Shadow Shaman and brambling him to find a takedown with Raven. Not finishing the job because
Oh my god, the heal!
Licks.
Oh my god, what's that?
Omar is perfectly fine. Earthshaker out of here, sure, but now you can stop the ports falling. Tim's getting burned by the Ember Spirit. They've got another sleight of fist to come into play. Oh, I mean, OG, they tried. It succeed against Nigma Galaxy's hey.
The sustainability is crazy coming out from Nigma with the Grave, with extra healing. Rasta even healing himself with the shackles as well, and they do manage to clear out the big camp. So without the big camp, killing the Ancients isn't even that easy for the Shaker. Obviously he wants to go and ulti and get his Blink Dagger, but if he's not able to pull a big camp into it, a lot of his initial game plans are ruined.
Sakit dun ah. Nakuha pa yung stack.
Hey, look at him. Yopaj is like, well, I guess a rune to refill the bottle.
Oh my god. Busy talaga yung shaman, pre.
Straight into that mid lane.
Busy talaga ng shaman.
Back, Echo Slam on the Shadow Sharp. Chasing Yopaj doesn't quite have enough. They're a little overzealous from Nigma.
Wala silang mana.
Instead, giving away a support. There's GH. He's going to be okay with the raindrops.
Yeah, that's painful. Sure, you get one kill, but you used your Echo Slam that was meant to farm the stack, and all you got was one support kill. This is not ideal for Shaker still, and you rotated your Myrtle, so she was having a fantastic game, leading the way, but now gonna fall behind a little bit.
It's the classic lane bleed, right? One lane is so much, you try and come it up, stem the flow, try and stop things from happening in this mid lane, but then side lanes start bleeding. The Shadow Fiend is accelerating so quick. Large space to farm. For network. And we've got not just Earthshaker struggling, but now Beastmaster, the knock-on effect, he starts to struggle to his bloody camps anymore. He can't jungle, he can't, he's got no game. Raven sat here, like, what am I meant to do?
Yeah, this is not what he had happen in safe lane, you know. This is not what we saw for his Terrorblade in the primal days. Now he's thrown down here, getting the offlaner treatment. Probably crying about how broken the carry heroes are. Laning just SF.
You picked Beastmaster, mate. I don't think
you should just have
that
picked his
hero was
Terrorblade.
so broken for so long. Playing TB Rush.
The Sunder gameplay. Yeah, when Shard was too busted, and you just farm super fast with Shard only.
It was like pipe Shard, and you'd have like tiny carry with or, like on the enemy team, and you just sunder him. Like, okay, nice, cool. Enemy carry's useless.
Lagi silang tinatalo ng Ember. Di pa kasi kuhan.
Make
Yo,
come
yung
back
Ember,
out.
pre.
Get another rune for
Yan
Lorna.
naman.
A shield this time bottled up as he gets pretty close to that spirit vessel.
This one getting the runes, and Shaker is getting nothing, getting completely snobbed on the runes. Lord getting one of those nice ganks where he's just here to gank your creeps.
Yeah. Like, what's Defy thinking up there? Like,
I think they wanna pressure, they wanna push with supports coming in as well. Maybe an SF rotation through the gates coming in, and tier 1 tower is gonna open. This does give time for Yopaj to finish the Ancients, but this is normally when you want to have your Blink Dagger already. And even after farming this, he's still got a long way to go.
A pretty distant journey for him. And there is that move, just as he called for. Zooming it up to top, with a catapult by his side. No real reason to come and defend this. Just let the tier 1 fall, and that's going to be a little additional map space for these heroes to farm. One more camp, another lane to push. A good place to play from. They don't have the classic like Clockwork or Bane in terms of, oh, we cracked open this tower, now they can go and live in that top jungle to start a fight or scout someone out. But Shadow Shaman is kind of in that realm of, hey, I've got double disable, I can buy time for an Ember Spirit to get here.
Yeah, it's a little bit greedier. He wants gold a little bit more than a Clockwork would. So if Rasta gets to the point of having a Blink Dagger, would feel amazing for him. And obviously, levels are also very nice. He just cracked level 6, has his ulti available. So, might be possible that they just drop the wards here and take this mid tower.
No reason not to. Full access to the entirety of the map. From the towers they've already taken. It's systematic from Nigma Galaxy as they approach each objective quite carefully.
Yeah, kill score is pretty unassuming for now, but it has been a pretty active game and constant invasions, moves being made by Nigma, and OG just on the back foot, reacting to everything that's happening.
They do have a lot of tools ready to fight back, though, in the coming minutes. You know, when that Blink, can I say, is ready. They've got that Blink Echo Slam, which can be a big surprise factor. The Roar, another long duration disable, which could be the undoing of some of these squishier cores. And the Spirit and Shadow Fiend, if they get locked down, they can get blasted. Of course, we've got to address the elephant in the room, is that Dazzle Grave. We've got to think OG have a lot on their plate to figure out, okay, who do we Blink Echo? We need to find the Dazzle first, and the Shadow Shaman's annoying, the lot heal them. How do you actually enter a fight as OG? Like, what is your ideal stuff? Dazzle?
I mean, probably some form of daytime smoke where you get vision and can actually pick your target, right? But it's difficult. They're a long way away from having Blink Dagger over on the Beastmaster as well. Sure, Shaker is going to be ready and ganking, but Beastmaster after that laning stage where you have to go jungle is going to take a little while longer before he can pick his targets. Instead, it's going to be Nigma wasting no time. I really like the urgency that Nigma are playing with. The entire game, I feel like their supports have been going for places, doing stuff.
Ito na naman.
Very active.
Oh,
Oh, it might
tapos.
fight back, though. The Shadow Shaman, Grave Requiem from the
Oh,
right-hand
very
side,
cool.
though, allows the Shadow Fiend to blow up Yopaj. And OG, now the ones on the run. They thought they could enter and maybe get a snipe on that Shadow Shaman, but the double layer saves, basically from his own innate plus the Dazzle, just cut that short.
Radiant's middle tower.
That's really smart, actually. It allowed the SF to have a safe fight by going in, sending a support first, and then using the Grave to keep him alive. This freed up SF to find a beautiful ulti.
It's another situation where the Shadow Shaman is playing like a Bane or a Clockwork, but he, you know, this innate lets him do that. I'm an Enchantress. I'm just going to walk in and face tank everything. I'm still alive. You can't kill me.
He didn't die though, so it's on cooldown now. His innate, the chicken form is not going to be available for another minute.
Foul play. And clucking away. On GH, level 4 Shadow Wave, level 2 Grave, trying to get back to his tier 1 tower, and does so successfully. Could see the aggressive amassing of the hordes. OG are bringing numbers down south as they really send everyone here to try and get this tier 1 tower.
Want to defend it?
Getting late in the
Moving
day.
Largo. Not
Thinking
trying
about
to give
going
up this tower for free. Murta is pretty far away. It doesn't have a tier 1 TP available either, as the tower is gone behind them. It's the awkward part about losing your offlane tower. It makes it so much harder to take the enemy safe lane tower afterwards.
Sakit panoodin, durog na durog.
So we send 4 heroes down here as OG, and then 4 heroes run away.
Yes, and then
Back to
packing.
farming.
And now again, non-stop with the moves. Nigma say, okay, we bounce them away.
Pero hindi pa nila
The first
sinasama
move,
si
they have some
Raven
deep
kasi
vision planted
tingnan
already.
natin mamaya.
They want Shaker.
Oh, once again,
Ideal target.
they're gonna bump into him.
Ganda ng
or is
sustain
this
nung
Wind
kalaban.
Ranger
Meron
gonna
pang
ruffle
ano.
the smoke somehow. Scan is trying to approach from the right hand side. but
Ayan na, may largo pa.
doesn't look like he's gonna bump into any of them. Instead, they have gone all the way through that jungle. Come into contact with Yopa.
Allah.
A bit of distance now, but a TP cancel onto Napsumi's Muerta. The frog has found her, but the damage coming through pretty quickly with a Fisher to line up the stun. Devi is dead. Now the Serpent Wards, though, into the disables. Muerta is going to be the trade down here. An offlaner for a carry. Nigma Galaxy are going to be a little bit happier with that.
Have you seen what Devi is buying first item, by the way? I haven't seen this build on Largo before. It's interesting. He's going straight into Octarine Core, going for the Tiara first for extra regen. So this regen is very high. He has a lot of mana, but yeah, this is a pretty squishy Largo at this stage.
Stats pa rin naman yun eh.
No, I've seen plenty of the Kaya first, or like a Spirit Vessel here, or whatever. Seen like BKB rushes on Largo sometimes.
Yeah, plenty of different builds, but
Not
I mean,
an
Octarine
option,
Core
Octarine.
isn't a bad item on him. However, I don't necessarily like it that much, as I feel Octarine is an item that scales the more items you have, right? You get more cooldown reduction on existing items, or you power up all your high-level abilities. We'll see how it works out for him. He's been having a pretty free game.
That's a cool option to go for. Show us. Show us the limits of this hero. How far he can go.
I would have
Go past
personally
on the other
liked the
hand.
blade mail in this game. I guess Murta, it absolutely deletes her a lot of times in the ulti.
Yeah, it would have been cool. Quite a lot of spill damage there. Return Descender.
He's got the Mjolnir coming in on Murta now.
Aha, ano ba yan?
Stab. Fish. They're gonna clip onto this Ember Spirit. Can I think about chain stunning him with a Blink Echo Slam? I turn back and kill the Shadow Shaman, but that
Right.
Grave has kept Lornoff alive. GH saves the day for the Ember Spirit. OG spend quite a lot there, and in the end it's a 1-for-1 trade with OG spending some of their big ultis. For me, the big surprise is Raven still has Raw.
It's painful having to commit the Echo Slam like that when you see the Dazzle right next to the the Ember.
Oh, now Lick back in. Devi. Has the SF by his side. Oh, it's Mail. Who's gonna jump in. Tries to kill off Tim's, but have to roar back into the Muerta damage. Grave there, though, from GH. I know he can't die, and that's why he's playing so aggressively.
Yeah, some very, very aggressive link forward, but fast reaction from the Beastmaster. Does mean Roar is on cooldown now, so they can't really go for a move on their own.
May pambuhay na. Visit na visit sila sa mga ganon. Yung may may pang-save.
Look at SF that BKB. Yeah, big timing in this game.
Ewan
A lot
ko
of
kung
BKBs
anong
for these
meta
top
ginagawa
fours.
ng
Yes,
OG.
release.
Miracle meta.
AoE spill disable.
Dapat mag-miracle muna. Aray ko
Tank on the
po.
Wind Ranger. And wards as
Tayo
well.
na naman.
Quite a bit of scam.
At this time, he didn't have any friends nearby, so Murta is just gonna go the other way. Says, I don't know you. I'm leaving. Beast, thinking about a BKB next item, as there's a lot of spells in this game. Not even going for the Blink Dagger.
Run.
Mhm. Parang pumatay ng hero dun.
Grabs up that extra bit of... Maybe he can upgrade to business class on his way up.
Octarine core is complete.
What?
Cool. What does it do?
I mean, low cooldown on the spells.
Invested in gold invested into something which I don't know. Is
Yeah, I mean it's very good sustainability in mana. He does have crazy mana access now, and the HP pool you get is decent, but it is a pretty greedy first item. It doesn't hit with a tremendous power spike. It's more like allowing him to just scale from here. He's gonna farm a little bit faster.
a smooth curve.
1k lead lang naman.
Lock it on Dazzle as well, giving that extra bit of burst heal. Looking for a blink dagger, which is pretty cool to be able to jump and save people from long range. OG once again retreating, walking it back, not wanting to get stuck down in the bog that is this boss.
Laban ba sila dito? Kung makakonect si Natsumi sa schema. Oh, magto-tormentor sila tapos pwede silang lumaban.
Starting just yet, you don't want to go blind into a Torm with anyone nearby.
They're wrapping around. You see the Shaker angling with the rest of his friends. They're keen to contest this Tormentor.
They want something so bad, but Nigma Galaxy, they have the high ground advantage. Smoke's gonna break. Omar gives vision. Start out with the Serpent Wards and Hex on the Wind Ranger, but getting turned on quickly. Got the big purple boy whacking into it, so he's gonna have to turn into the sheep and get graved up. Lorinov, meantime, has found the backstab on the Dark
Boy
Willow.
pa rin.
Up quickly.
Si Shaman.
Their line has been broken. They're trying to reset.
Napakadaya.
Position to fight from, but they're low ground in the river. They've got the jump back in
Oh.
to kill off Omar. The Frog.
Okay, nice.
And the Shadow
Ember.
Shot on the Shadow Fiend and the Ember Spirit. Look
Pwede
at
pa
that.
to, wala na siyang ano,
Needed
remnant.
to save up this Ember, but Lorinov
Nice
is
one.
stable by the Chakra Shot, and the damage
Good
comes
trade.
through too quickly. OG fight
Nice
that
one.
spot, somehow turn it back thanks to Yopa.
That was good patience by Opash, but the wraparound play was really impressive. The Dominator pushing in with the creep and then going all the way around, squeezing Nigma into a really small corner. And once you all are
Nice.
trapped into the same little corner, it's hard to avoid getting Echo Slam. You're going to step on each other's toes.
Okay, good na.
Really well played in that fight. And Myrtle starting to scale pretty hard. And if you have an even farm net worth between SF and Myrtle definitely in my mind is the stronger carry if she can keep the pace in terms of farming. For now, she's lagging a little bit behind, but it's within striking distance.
Yeah, not too far behind the SF. And definitely packs a punch. Shadowfiend right now. BKB, Blink, Yashikaya. Pretty ready to go for another team fight. Nigma Galaxy would have loved that. The sequence of events, right, is Nigma Galaxy, they fight, they Torm, they fight, they Roche, and that is the snowball effect
Lamang
that
na
picks
yung
up.
OG
Nigma Galaxy have been
story.
running this game from start until now. So vitally important that OG find that opening, win a team fight, level the playing field, and now they can think about, okay, how do we approach these lanes? How do we approach this Roshan fight? Rather than being the ones behind and reacting, they can actually make moves of their own.
Pero BKB ni
Yeah,
Emper, aray ko.
finally we
Pero
might
wala
see
siyang
the
remnant,
Beastmaster
isa
start
lang yan.
activating. That was already a really good contribution on the bottom fight on Tormentor.
Pwede yun, isang echo lang.
But he'd start seeing some impact from him. He has quite a bit of farm.
Ayan, nahuli
Needs to
siya, oh.
make his presence felt.
Okay,
Good
buhay.
change table, but the grave is there again. And that gives Ember Spirit complete freedom to zip away to
Pero wala na yan. Wala nang grave.
Able to bail any of his
Oh,
teammates out of
nahuli
that
pa,
immediate
nahuli pa,
danger, but
nahuli
we're
pa.
getting run at here. With the Gale
Nahuli
Force
pa.
and the Brambles out this Cursed Crown,
Wala nang grave, wala nang
getting
grave.
hunted down in the little forest area. The copse of trees
Okay.
offers no protection to you. Timms walks over him. Tower claimed by Natsumi. And
Nice
OG,
one.
they're in the driving seat the past couple of minutes, actually dictating how the game's going.
Yeah, they are, and they have a very, very fearsome lineup in terms of taking Roshan super fast with Beastmaster as well as Myrtle. So if they win just one more fight, that could be Roche for them.
And all of that activity and early swarming and early pressure from Nigma Galaxy falls by the wayside We get into a pretty close game now, but a Blink Requiem, fear up on this. We're at the top lane, getting raised down. Natsumi getting soloed by the SF with one more hit. That's all he needs to do the trick, but the Gale Force and the pushback of the shot. In comes the Frog with a lick, though. The lick from their to the Muerta. Kills him off, gonna get ravaged up, congregated by the deep frog.
Nadilaan, boss.
He's an overlander frog. This little Largo. Not able to catch the Wind Ranger, but man, Muerta dying there.
Nadila.
Back for OG.
Yeah, it looked like he was gonna live, and then we saw him come in. The vital little bit of extra damage towards the end. And that puts him very close to having his entire BKB on Largo. Not too long ago since he finished up the Octarine core, and now the entire BKB is just finished.
It's so funny how we have a hero that licks people. Oh, I don't know, man. Dota is such a serious game.
Yep. Get the
Okay.
We've got cowboy people, we've got licking people, we've got a guy roaring at people, a guy who turns into a sheep and then gets graved, but he's going to stay alive even though he's 1 foot in the grave, but he's not going to die, he's full HP, still stuck by a black dragon in between a fisher and a monstrous creature.
Ember,
He's still going to
papasok.
die.
May remnant ba to?
Around the Roche Pit, OG setting up base camp. A nice platform for activities, but it looks like we're just gonna have to step back. Can't go for the big objective because Nigma Galaxy have brought everyone to defend it.
Yeah, Nigma are in a very good fighting shape. They have the Blink on Dazzle, they have the BKB as mentioned on the Largo, so right now I think OG need to farm more. They need to get more items on the Murta. And maybe look for pickoffs instead of big fights. Right now they need quick kills with the Shaker, but it's been difficult. The Dazzle has had really good positioning, always ready to protect.
BKB. Kaso meron to, wala pang BKB ha. Okay, binigay na.
Immediate Blink Echo Slam. BKB though from Sumail into Requiem. That's going to push Muerta a little distance off to the right hand side.
Skem.
Meanwhile to the north, Skem
Alay
able to
na.
approach in behind, gets slain by Lorinov.
It's a quick jump they tried to kill before Dazzle can react, but unfortunately Dazzle is literally doing nothing other than watching his teammates and say, I will blink and save you guys. And as long as nobody's getting to Dazzle, I think you're not winning the fight.
Unironically, that's my type of gameplay. Sit behind the core, make them happy. Sit and save. I am that guy. For some reason, I never played Oracle though. I'm very, very much Undying. Sorry, I never played Dazzle. I'm very much an Oracle Undying kind of guy. Dazzle just, I don't know, meh.
I mean, Dazzle is fantastic because you can do it from so far away. And now with Blink Dagger, you can do it from even farther away. He's got to do it again.
You get roared up and then Grave. Yeah, again with the save. Omar's getting a few hits from the right-hand side, but it's Lorinov who gets off his BKB and charges right into the midst of battle, forcing OG.
Wala na yan ha. Wala na
Another Fisher, though. Now lines up on a couple of heroes. The follow-through from OG to high ground is lacking, though. Don't want to go chasing. As Nigma Galaxy, they hold there with a lot of sustain in the bank. These fights, if they get drawn out, can be a little bit nasty. Instead, they go Roche.
Not committing for this.
But they got it.
Fast.
Nigma Galaxy, Divine BKBing up. Wanting to try and make a fight out of this one. Licking Tim's back in. That's the mail goes for the Requiem Raises. Blows up the Dark Willow. And Natsumi.
8 second Deco. Look for Deco, guys.
Get some damage going though. Shadow Fiend to get back to high ground. And disengage from Nigma Galaxy as the carry resets. The Ember Spirit was looking for a solo kill. But it's OG with a lot in the tank here. Raven makes the call. Shouts and roars go in. Let's follow through on the Shadow Shaman. Burst him down, but that's not possible. Yet again, the sheep and the grave, the combo comes into play. Another turnaround here from Nigma Galaxy.
May echo pa. May echo pa.
Gale Force, that makes things
May echo
awkward.
pa.
Means the frog gets stuck. And a shackle shot on the Ember Spirit, catching him with a chain stun. Oh, Lorinov, he's done. Skem snipes him with a power shot.
Nice one.
Fighting into the Aegis after the SF ulti is on cooldown is just simply too much for them. Even though the Dazzle was saving people non-stop, he cannot mitigate all the damage coming out from OG. Did cost him a buyback, I guess, but pretty cheap to buy back a support.
Yeah, for sure. Just thinking about that sequence of play, like the speed at which decisions are being made there. Like, don't go high ground, go Roche, go play around here. Scam comes in from the back, we angle, the Raven makes that blink roar, everyone's full. The same page mentality here from OG the past couple of minutes has been pretty fun to watch. How quickly they can just, on a dime, turn and decide, okay, no fight, that's fine.
Yeah, you can see the sharpness, and they have a really good draft for that type of structured, like, surgical strike. They have really good disables to play into each other. Terrorize is a fantastic follow-up on some of these disables too. I'm just concerned if the fight, you know, if Nigma pick a fight where they have all their tools ready and nobody jumps the dazzle, I think Nigma win every single fight. But they got baited into this fight where they were out of resources, didn't have the BKB and ulti on SF, didn't have tools anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower
And then the OG lineup is simply stronger.
are fortified.
I think that's why it makes it even more impressive for OG the past couple of minutes to find those openings, you know, the correct roar, the correct chakra shot here and there. Because, like you say, if Nigma Galaxy are able to set up with Shadow Fiend or Largo at the front and Dazzle behind, you just cannot. You just cannot anything. You just cannot enter. You cannot enter Dota. Largo's gonna get poked out a little bit. I mean, he's retreat from that mid lane.
I like how the Fisher gets thrown at Largo and then here, as he messes up his song, he's screwing with the bard.
Start throwing shoes and tomatoes at the stage.
Walang Ember yan ha, pero pwede
Another
mag-TP sa
Thunderhide dead.
Shaman.
A bit of money going away from Nigma Galaxy. But the pressure
Push
from
nila sa
OG
top eh.
starting to become insurmountable now. And the triple BKB timings on both teams is there, but it's OG holding Aegis, getting some good damage on this mid tier 2. And Nigma Galaxy looking for a way to stop the push. And playing from this left-hand side without a great hero to just jump in. No Centaur, no Clockwork, no guy who can just say, I'm going there. You are still relying on that conversation we had about the Shadow Shaman needing to
Ano
act
item
like
na yung
those
punch?
heroes, but also, you know, being a little bit squishy and not having the best time straight up initiating head on.
Yeah, I think the Shadow Shaman is struggling a little bit now. Can't really be quite as aggressive as like a Clock with a Shard who just took shots in and then flies away. And Rasta is strong in his own right, but he also is struggling to initiate, almost similar to how OG are struggling against the Dazzle. Rasta, if he jumps someone, there's just stuns from every single hero.
Yeah.
Look at it. Dire's lineup is so chock full of stuns and disables that he will never get a full shackle. Like, we might even see him go for a BKB later just to be able to get a shackle on anyone.
Force.
Yeah, I'm against the Dark Willow, guys. There's like the two people shooting at me, the bow and the gun. What's happening? Why do people have guns in my fantasy game? You damn keen folk inventing machinery.
Hindi nila ginamit
I wonder,
yung
did where did Muerta get her guns from? Are they black market guns? Did she buy them from a legitimate source? Like, did snipers sell them to her? You're gonna look at the lore of
We'll
Muerta?
look into that, Garrett. Yeah, we'll look into that.
Hang on a second. Does she have a license for those? Unregistered weaponry. Naughty, naughty. It's gonna turn. You're gonna read the lore of it. It's like they're not actually guns. They are physically spiritual, you know, memories of her.
They are. They're her pistols. What were called? Mercy and Grace. And where she got them from, I have no clue, Gareth. But they were either Mercy or Grace.
That's it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now, most of her lore is about just, you know,
Death.
Yeah, death, really.
Ghosty green deathy stuff. Oh, who's this? Shackled up inside serpent wards and Beastmaster. Even with the BKB dying. Muerta trying to do something to the Shadow Fiend there, forcing a full retraction from Nigma Galaxy.
Big wraparound play.
Damn, in from behind again, this Wind Ranger finding openings for a Blink Echo Slam. Connects on a Shadow Shaman. Not the ideal go to continue this fight. OG have forced out a bunch of BKBs, and it looks like they're going to go snipe on Omar to get a bonus kill.
Still alive somehow.
The heals are sustained.
Nice.
Just keep him topped up. The Shackle Chop from Scam is good.
Nice
the
one.
Fisher is nice.
Okay,
Samuel
Ember
is
sunod.
going to approach the
Hold nyo
fight
lang, hold
and
nyo.
offer some damage here on the condition
Slowly,
that OG
slowly.
stick around and play with him.
Big win for OG.
Nice
Even
one.
though they lose their Beastmaster, a lot of resources being committed as well. The BKB on the Ember there for the jump outs. I think OG are still in a good spot to keep playing the map. The sustain is incredible though on Nigma. I almost want to see someone just pick up a Krella, get the heal mitigation going in here.
Radiant are scanning.
Kaya Basil eh. Pwede
Time to
ng
pray.
Basil yun eh.
That Shiva's guard gets reworked back to where
Wala pa nag-Basil.
We need more heal reduction, guys.
It felt so natural to just pick up the Shivas, but new Shivas is also incredibly strong.
Scam has been doing such a good job with his angles. I don't know, he's studying Pythagoras or something, but he's coming into every one of these fights from the most, like for the enemy, the most awkward angle possible. You know, his team is attacking from the east, he's coming from the northwest. Suddenly there's a Wind Ranger shackling you, and you've been repositioning to dodge it, but you can't.
Yeah, I think he's abusing their attention span basically, with the Blink Dagger and Force Staff going around. This time though,
Nice.
Wind Ranger.
Fisher and follow-up.
That's my fault, praising him too much.
Patay yung red.
Curse the Wind Ranger to die.
Ako, hinabol. Wala ba siyang BKB?
But Lorinov, he's got different ideas about this.
Uy, inakuha. Nice one. Nice echo.
The Echo Slam looks good.
Kaso,
Try and finish off
may
this Ember
ace
Spirit
it.
with a bit more damage, but the Grave comes in. GH saves the day, and Sumail, he opens up the kill of Natsumi. Skadi slow on Raven to get on top of the Beastmaster. BKB up sure, but it means nothing
ganda nung
whatsoever.
pasok ni si Sumay.
4 down as Nigma Galaxy cruise through the team fight.
Sumail, he found his moment there. He saw that Murta did not have a response, did not have ulti available. And he just runs her down, pops a nice ulti, and then follows up with some right clicks.
The King's in his
DPS
castle.
may be good, but she cannot take the right clicks of the SF.
No, you can't touch this. Can't touch this. Sumail just comes through, kills him off now into that tier 2 mid lane. As the rest of his team pushes through towards top, and Lorinov sits bottom, shoving all of the waves to set up this map. The potential of that next Roshan. We know he's a little different.
Dire's top tower.
The Aeon Disc into Aghanim Scepter next.
Dire's structures.
Aeon Disc makes a lot of sense in this game against the burst potential that Dire have. Here we can see the start of fights.
It's under attack.
Naka-A yung
So Merca
discus.
popped the ulti trying to get kills on the back line, but unfortunately it didn't connect cleanly, and SF tracked the movement, saw her running away, and just went in and followed up on the Ember catching her.
Waiting perfectly for his moment to strike.
Yeah, that was just good recognition of who you need to focus in the fight. Normally Murta is not really the first target, but she overstepped with the ulti usage.
Dire are
Yeah,
Hindi
no
nagano.
roar, no pierce the veil.
Hindi
Sheffield
nagro.
knows he's got complete freedom there to do what he wants.
Nagro.
And that brings us to a position where Nigma Galaxy probably thought they'd get more out of that team fight. You know, kind of wipe the enemy, go Roche, but he's taken a while to respawn. And still napping. So a bit more time for OG to prepare themselves on the map. Try and find one of these snipes. Get a lone pick off. Remedy the situation you found yourself in.
Arcane Rune, dali. Get.
This is where
Arcane
Ember
Rune.
is doing a good job shoving the side lanes, pushing in the top lane.
Di kinuha yung Arcane, bro. Makukuha ng Ember yan. Patay kayo dyan.
He's going to tank up now as well, get the armor.
Swerte
Yeah,
naman ng
BKB, but
Ember,
having some physical
pre.
survivability against the Shaker, against the Beastmaster is very important as well.
Wala. Naka-Arcane Rune. Patay kayo. Ayun na nga. Sinasabi sa wala.
Perpetual smokes. Non-stop smoking from one area of the map to the other, catching up to Tim's and forcing the Eon Disc out of this Dark Willow. Lorinov, he wasn't giving up there, and realizes that that final staircase is a bridge too far. Can't finish off the Willow.
Yeah, he can catch them, but his team is way too far. Doesn't want to be 1v5, so jumps away. Holding in Roche area is still
Wala pa.
the general plan.
Wala pang roster.
Having all their spells available.
Mahuli na naman si Scam. Uy, ganda nung silence.
Stan already very low. Can't do any more of his angular attacks. Actually, he just dies. A Spirit Vessel ticks him over. Skem leans forward. He's like, hang on, why am I dying here? What's happening?
Burn damage doing some serious work. They pop into Roche. No contest at all here, as they're just gonna go and farm, and OG running very close together as 5. They don't have a hero that can naturally just go and shove the side lanes and then join it. I guess they could use the Dominator creep for it, but they're getting a bit stuck in this 5-manning and falling behind a bit in net worth from it.
The next step for Nigma Galaxy feels like it's team fighting into high ground. And Omar. We're starting something here.
Where's your dazzle this time?
Yeah, no grave out of the foul play this time. GH is going to have to grave himself as Sumail and Lorinov try to catch up to any of these straggling targets, but unfortunately for Nigma Galaxy, OG have already TP'd out.
Double Nightfall Gambits. Double BKB on cooldown though.
Yeah,
Can spend both of theirs. SF doesn't have BKB, but he does have Aegis, so he can still be pretty confident. Having the Swift Blink as well as the Hurricane Pike, he is looking very, very strong. Of course, that level 25 talent, even though it was nerfed, but doesn't really matter.
And just croak him up, send him forward, immediately clears out the creep waves, and then steps up to high ground. Look at him go, he's just killing off this tier 3 on his own.
Pretty.
Oh, you've got 5 heroes alive, but you've got to run back to defend your base. They've got Roshan's banner on the floor, Catapult Wave, and a Shadow Fiend on high ground, going to work on these barracks now. And OG are still yet to answer. The doorbell just rings and rings and rings. The Sumail says, screw it, I'm going in.
Oh, what happened? What happened? Sira yung stream nila, guys.
Dazzle. SF is completely fine.
Ba't mahina? Signal, B.
Mahina nga. Bayaran eh.
The entire map belongs to England right now.
Mama, alam ko kaya
Well, they're
umiiyak.
respecting
What
the
is it?
Aegis, but you're also losing a lot of map control for it. Almost wish we could see them look for one of those deep cuts, dive in, find the Dazzle and the Rasta. They've been so crucial in these fights. It feels like they always go on the Dazzle or on the Rasta, but never go on the Dazzle.
It does feel like another one of those situations where OG don't have that hero that says, I'm going to sacrifice myself for the vision, for the greater good, for the team fight start. And if Scam is coming in a little bit later, Tim's on his Dark Willow
Ember,
isn't
no
necessarily
Storm.
yeah, exactly. Like Earthshaker's waiting for that moment, right? You got so many moment heroes. We need this Roar to be perfect because it is a big disable from them. We need this Echo Slam to be perfect because it's so vital to get the damage out. So it feels like, you know, Wind Ranger or Dark Willow, one of these two, like we've been talking about the Shadow Shaman, has to just go and face tank shit.
Yeah. Double lick to reposition SF, puts him in safety.
Wobbling around the fissure, he's not sure where he's meant to be. And push from one side and the other. Serpent Walls gets shut down. Quickly dispatched with though by Natsumi's Muerta. Shadow Fiend, half HP already as he moved high ground, Requiem'd up, goes back to hitting that tier 3 tower. A few spells spent on either side. Skem, a nice shackle shot there, landing on the SF with a Gale Force pushback.
Kaso may
Maybe they
Aegis
can
pa
try
yan eh.
something with Lorinov trapped between the fissure and the cliff face. But OG, respecting this potential for Nigma Galaxy grave save, don't go for anything. Instead, just holding on to this last lane.
Yeah, I feel like almost like they need to Fissure cut the high ground, low ground, but then Lick is there to reposition SF all
Sakit
around the
panoodin
side.
ng OG. Bakit hindi? Ba't ganyan yung
It's
mga
a very
hero nila?
difficult team fight to take for OG.
Dapat sila yung
At the
nag-e-ember
same
eh.
time, don't really feel too much stress
Ember,
over the time.
Storm.
Nah, just
Gustong
step back
gusto
up
nila
high
Earth
ground.
Spirit.
Buildings, that's the way to go. A good connection here on the Muerta. OG in some trouble. forced to pierce the veil, and now you kind of have to fight. You need to go and get something done with this Muerta ulti being popped, but you lose your buildings, you pop the Aegis, and in the back line, you've lost your Tims. Dark Willow down, Blink Echo comes in, Yopaz trying to solo on the Frog, but he just pops out the pot, says, okay, so what? I don't give a damn. Now you've got a BKB TP out of Raven, loses half his HP on the way out. Does escape with his life, but you're stuck in your base now. OG with no real answer to all the questions being posed at them by Nigma Galaxy.
Aray ko.
Cruising up the high ground every step.
Spells on CD, Shaker or SF can just go if he wants to. That's his team behind him. Of course, Dazzle is still dead, so maybe he wants to play it safe.
Indeed, you're in bottom as well. That's a nice one.
Refresher available as well. All those remnants, the Ember can do some tremendous damage with this build. All those remnants from the Aghanims and the Shard.
Especially when you've got heroes who are relying on like Shadow Realm and Windrun to stay alive and skirt the edges of the fight. Ember just says no. That's not happening.
Yeah, and all comes down to how much they're gonna stack up. If they hug just a little bit too much. They're trying to push out lanes now. Beastmaster doing some pushing up top.
With a catch on Scam. Is that a BKB Requiem from Sumail? Just comes straight in onto the Dark Willow. Dead with no buyback. All right. Tims is gone. He's out of here. Might not respawn before the game ends. Oh wait, Nigma Galaxy are going at things.
They did commit some stuff though and don't have Aegis. They want to go high ground, but could be a bit risky. Again, Dazzle is going to be the man to look out for. So far, OG have not been able to get him. The positioning has been so perfect.
Nice shackle shot. But Scam paying with his life.
Oh my god, the damage.
Nice shackle shot for what? Dead with buyback. Loronoff chasing into the back. Looking for the Beastmaster who is looping around. Another BKB TP. I feel like that's the third in a row from Raven. Yes, you're back in Fountain. Yes, you're alive, but your base is disappearing quickly.
Yeah, it's falling apart. They do have the Shaker ulti is waiting for that moment you were talking about earlier, the moment, but I don't think they're gonna stack up. I think they just send SF alone, pushing the high ground. What do you do?
Only one target. You need more. You need the
Not
cluster.
enough.
And there's Ember Spirit giving all the vision and harassment,
Oh!
zoning.
Patay ah.
But he died.
Dies to Natsumi inside the control. Loronoff has fallen. Now the runaway. Nigma Galaxy realizing, oh, hang on a second. No Ember Spirit, no fight.
Did he just jump into a silence from Muerta? How did he die so fast? What locked down the Ember when he jumped in? Didn't have time to
And he had
see
no
it.
BKB? Yeah, he had no BKB.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very aggressive jump.
Must have been the calling. Still going though. I got a Requiem onto Raven. The damage from the Shadow Fiend. Oh, it comes through quickly. Beastmaster out of here. Two-man Fisher connecting. Tim's trying to follow through. And Lotus going to return some spells back on the Dark Willow, but the Muerta Serpent Ward trap zoned out of the fight, getting forced back to base, while the rest of her team trying to escape. Muerta's going to turn and deal with Loronoff and Omar. A little sheep foul play, not going to pay off for the Shadow Shaman, but Sumail did get Tims. Dark Willow out of the game for quite a while now, and Beastmaster brought back.
No buyback available for Muerta. It's pretty rough. I'm not sure they feel confident enough to go high ground though. From Nigma's perspective, probably just want to wait, play it safe, get the Aegis.
Now Loronoff also brought back, right? I can try and get him the Aegis so he doesn't get caught in the calling again. A little bit of time to wait until the big man's back up in the pit though. So a little bit of time for OG just to lick their wounds, reset, think about the approach.
Oh, baited. The illusion. I'm not sure if it has too much of a consequence, but Roar on cooldown is at least a sense of safety for GH for a while.
It's the baby.
Pero alam nilang walang roar yan. Bubuhay na yung shaman. Ay, matay.
Trying to
Huli ka
wheel
na
out
naman
the
na
base is a
Raven.
difficult task in its own right. Never mind trying to defend it.
Queued up the ether lens on Dazzle. I was thinking if he's gonna go Aeon Disc as well to protect himself, or if he wants to go for ether lens. He Prioritizes his cast range. SF with a spicy item in the quick buy right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
The rapier.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Get that Yashikaya out of here.
Yeah,
Don't
this is
wanna
a
see
problem Shadow Fiends have. They always have 7 items instead of 6. What the hell? Get rid of one. He's looking to get 8 items.
Yeah, it's time to start buying item slots. OG needs a little bit of
Expand.
magic. The armory expander. Yeah. Do you still have to do that? I remember, I don't know, quite early in
Oh, for
Dota.
Nova?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because it was like a limitation of Source 1 or something where you could only have like 500 inventory slots and you had to legit buy an armory expander. to get
There still is a limitation. Oh, the smoke around coming.
They're coming towards the Roche pit. Roshan's still alive. They need a bit more damage to finish him off, and that's
Oh,
a bit
he's in the
awkward
pit.
inside the river. He's gonna fall. Aegis on the floor. Who's picking it up? Shadowfiend gets it. Samel gets his hands on it. OG were trying to come around from behind to do something to find a sniper. Oh, it's awkward. Roshan take and contest. I've seen it a
Sa
long
kanila
time,
Ember
and still
dyan, no?
with no
Di sana
damage.
sana yung makulit.
Yeah, that was very
Di sila
close to some
makapwesto
TP
eh.
cancels as well. They do get safety. So SF took the refresher shard as well. He certainly doesn't have space for the rapier now. He needs to buy more hands so he can hold more items.
He needs a basket.
That should be a Dota item. Just a prosthetic. It just
Sana
gives you
yan.
more space.
Little bundle. One of those little red wagons. You know that kids carry around, Matilda carrying her books, a little trailer, you drag
Pushing a
behind you.
scroller.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold up, let me pick up my daedalus from my shoulder.
The reverse centaur cart. You know, people have those little teacup pigs or a chihuahua inside the baby, the pram, the pushchair. Yeah, it's my rapier, it's my daedalus. I'm pushing around my baby. I spent $6,000 on it. What do you mean?
Bumili
The
ng
guys looking to
refresh.
close out this game. I mean, OG at 5 alive, but Serpent Wards at your tier 4s, Shadowfiend opening up, no angles of attack. You've got to do something, and you've got to do it now. You cannot let Nigma Galaxy just finish off your base. So you blink your roar, you catch the Shadow Shaman. He's getting drifted around and saved, though. He's fine. Perfectly safe. The only casualty so far has been
Oh,
Sumel's
the
courier.
castle with the echo.
I
I think it's too
what-
little.
You can't do anything. If Skem's dead, Sumail is going to fall by the throne. You've got the Shadow Fiend down and Rapier's on the
Rapier on the
floor.
deck.
Ember Spirit trying to go to work though. Kills off Natsumi. Muerta does have a buyback. OG can maybe drag this one out and get stuff going on. As the throne is still alive, you can defend your base. Defend the Ancient. Give it all you got. Get back out there, grab stuff up. It's Rapier in the hands of the Ember Spirit though as he picks it up and looks at the throne. It's dropping low. Not finished off just yet. The Serpent Wars continue to go to work. The catapult's been distracted. There's a couple more to the northwestern side, but OG have fought on to stay alive. Game one's not
Enigma.
over yet.
They're still staring at it. They're gonna back out. They say, okay, fine. Let's wait for SF. Let's not throw anymore. But that's a rapier going over on the Ember. He saved it. He's waiting to give it back.
SF Rapier.
He probably wishes he could use this rapier right now. That spell amp rapier on.
And if he could, they probably would have ended the game right there and then. But no,
Actually,
that's not
yeah,
your
he
Rapier.
could have auto-attacked the throne down. He was trying.
The bio-coded Divine Rapier. You're not allowed to use it. Nigma Galaxy just going to wait to respawn the Shadow Fiend, get back into this dire base. Game one, so close, they can taste it. This
That's a
has
long death
been...
timer on the Beast as well. SF's gonna be off and Beast still out for a while.
This has been one of the worries Nigma Galaxy have had in the past. Like breaking high ground, closing out games. Like we had the classic comparison to that alliance. But in this situation, Throne is so close to dying, it feels like it is just, you know, a little push of air is gonna make it
A
fall
strong
over.
breeze might just knock it over at this point. The SF with the Swift Blink is looking to beat that breeze.
He just goes in and slays Tim's, blows up the Dark Willow. Throne is gone. There we go. Nigma Galaxy finally close out game one. It felt like their victory to take from the beginning.
Sakit bro.
Laning phase, transition into mid game, rotation from the supports. Everything went very well for Nigma.
Wait tayo game 2.
OG tried to react and respond.
She does a fair bit of damage. Very commonly, we see her go for the Distiller, Essence Distiller into Aghanim Scepter. It's a very natural build on her. Feels really strong. And she can do quite a bit of damage with her innate as well. It was buffed several times.
Ayun na
I
naman
saw
yung-
people try it out as a
ayun na
core,
naman yung
but
drop no OG, pre.
not fully convinced on the core position yet. You run out of charges, your damage isn't there. But on the support position, it's pretty damn good as a harassing tool.
Yeah, and then you add in the fact that you know we're talking about Nigma Galaxy. You mentioned
Ayan na
the speed,
naman.
you know, snapping into
Yung drop
one
nila,
move
pre.
to another, ganking, roaming, map controlling. They used smokes every single time it came back in stock. They would just change.
Di pa rin nila kukuha ni Ember, tol.
Mirana.
Di pa rin nila kukuha ni Ember.
He just used Moonlight Shadow.
Yeah.
I think Kuroki's
It's
looking at
also-
game one thinking, you guys, you spent 450 gold on smokes. How about we just pick a hero?
Lagi sila
Free?"
updrafted, pre.
It's also very good to use in combination. When you smoke to gank across the map, pro players are very good at reading how long time it takes to go from point A to point B in smoke, right? You have a very good sense of, okay, I can farm this camp and then get out. But when Mirana ulti comes in as well, throwing that little bit of extra movement speed is quite a bit on high level. 15% more movement speed for your team, plus the smoke
Ang
movement
dying.
speed.
Wala silang
You
lockdown na
miscalculate
naman, pre.
and you get caught. On top of course, the favorable smoke break. You go out of smoke, but you're still invisible. So you might get the first vision on your opponent, and you.
Persuade nyo, Punch.
How it feels. I'm
Di
wondering
nila
if this is a
ibibigay yan
shutdown
Earth Spirit
strategy
mo,
to
tol.
put this Wind Ranger into the hands of Natsumi. That was definitely a flex they had at the beginning of game one, but they decided to flex Wind Ranger and Natsumi ended up on the Muerta. But Wind Ranger Undying could be a lane that we see together. This also could just be a 3 Undying and a support Wind Ranger. The flexibility of OG is definitely there.
Oh my god.
Let's see which way it goes. And then Nigma Galaxy got to come out into this next phase. Where's one of their lanes?
Ayan na,
Yeah,
potang
so
ina.
it's gonna be go for the Enigma. Seeing the Wind Ranger and
Aray
the
ko.
Undying, they pick up the Clockwork themselves, so one of the pesky heroes when you play Enigma, but also a very good combat. As it can always lane support the Enigma quite well, trap people, and the Eidolons will deal tons of damage. You can also just
Wala
rotate
na.
with them around,
Kamot
it's
na si Skim.
fine either way, so they have some flex also on Enigma.
It feels like Tombstone's not going to last too long in this game. Mirana, Enigma. Like, Enigma has been an anti-Undying hero for a long time. Having Eidolons, you know, not being a strength hero, being a ranged hero. Basically everything that Undying doesn't want to lane into.
Yeah, Undying doesn't have a disable for the black hole, and then you have Midnight Pulse doing insane damage to a high strength hero. The list goes on and on.
Axe.
That's not
They've
Open
really
axe, oh.
You've got summons, you know.
Yeah. No, it's pretty tough, but Undying is still a strong hero in his own regard. So while the matchup may not be great, he can usually secure laning stage for a carry quite easily. We'll see which one they're gonna go for.
Magbago naman kayo ng hero, pre.
Well, we could get a
early.
Tim's
Could also-
hero.
Para
It
ma-refresh
could be a
kayo.
core Wind Ranger as well being played, but I feel like it's unlikely here. It's probably gonna be the support duo.
Okay.
Yan.
Yeah, there we
Kaso.
go. See, Enigma,
Ano
pick
pa?
Gyrocopter. It honestly is that
Ayan, drop
straightforward.
nila
Sometimes
dati
it
yan
doesn't
eh.
have
Sige,
black
pwede.
cannon, and the
Rubik.
lane is gonna be
Yan,
so much
puta ina,
easier.
bigay nyo kay Teams yan. Yan yung mga hero ni
And
Teams.
Rubik to go along with it. That potential to stop the black hole pre-BKB or steal it.
Puta, highlights ata si
One of the
Teams.
hardest counters to Enigma for sure. But this also means that either Wind Ranger or the Undying is going to be playing as a core.
And imagine them dying now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're throwing Undying to off lane.
Gyro carry na to siguro.
You can have a pretty strong lane down bottom. I wouldn't even mind seeing them just put Rubik and Gyrocopter together. It's so easy to get a ton of damage with Telekinesis and Rocket Barrage. You lift someone, throw them onto a Gyrocopter, and he just deals whatever damage he can. Which
It's
is
pretty
usually
big,
helpful.
big brain move, honestly. Like flexing this Undying, the Enigma pick kind of gets baited, and then you turn it around like gotcha.
Spin.
Solve the
Puta, ina,
Undying
sakit
problem,
niyan,
and we
pre.
solve the Enigma problem with one hero and one move.
Yeah. I think Sven, if it's an offlane Undying, I think Sven is completely fine for you to lane into as
Ember?
well. Assuming it's +3 Undying. Take all his strength, you probably win
Storm?
the last hits on that lane, to be honest.
Sven is in my head as one of those heroes that I don't want to say counters, but like goes
Boker?
toe with gyrocopter.
Binan
does
nila
well
yung
against him
Ember.
once the game has developed.
Ayaw na nilang
You get,
kalaban
like,
Ember.
25-30 minute periods where Sven is potentially an item ahead, blah blah blah, whatever. But he has that blink, jump, slaughter. Where Gyro doesn't
pwede
necessarily
rin
have
Storm
the
dyan, ah.
disengage tools or save mechanisms.
Panghabol
He
sa
could just get
Windrano.
blown up.
Yeah, whoever can like get more stacks
Kalaban.
in their jungle and get a little bit of a
Kila
cleaner laning
Koroki.
stage is gonna have a big advantage here. The power balance between Gyro and Sven is interesting. Usually they just work on killing
Come
the
on,
entire enemy
guys.
team instead, right? Like Sven will look for picking off heroes as fast as possible, so unlikely to burst the Gyro a lot of times. And Gyro just dishes damage to everybody. So whoever can dispose of the enemy faster is gonna be the one winning. Most likely.
But yeah, I mean, just thinking about Rubik Shard, Undying Shard, couple of saves there, could be annoying. Telekinesis can always lift you out of cogs, which is super handy as well.
This is
A little
very...
worried for
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just a little worried for OG's like teamfight starting. Same problem as we had earlier on.
True. Yeah, they might get to a point of just
Lina.
having to initiate with like a blink dagger on Undying, blinking
Yeah.
and hitting someone, and that's your initiation right there. It's not as clean as having a Storm or an Ember zooming around. The Lina pick coming out. I have to say, I really love the heroes that Nigma have in terms of how well they function internally. Like there are so many combos here. You have cogs to set up for
Ang
Light
nagpilik
Striker
nila
Array.
kanina
I
dyan.
feel like Clockwork and Nigma work really well, like I mentioned before. You have 4 stunning heroes paired up with a Mirana, so she has an easy time following up with stun. There's a lot of synergy going on.
Tiny,
in general,
ban tiny.
but I'm still not fully sold that they have the outdraft because of that Rubik X factor. If you ever want the black hole, you have to make sure you kill the
Huskar?
Rubik first.
That's true. I do like this.
Huskar.
Like the fact that they don't lack damage either, right? Like you're going through that checklist and you think, okay, everyone's
So
got
may
to start set
Clockwork.
up. Tons of damage from their core heroes, whether it be Midnight Pulse or Laguna Blade or God's Strength. They've got so many ways to get on top of people and get the kills. And then they've got tower damage. They've got potentially those capabilities. If Enigma goes auras, spend that God Strength. At any point in the game, I see Enigma Galaxy
DK.
having like multiple avenues to objectives or kills or whatever. And I love
Pwede.
that DK comes out from OG because that gives them the same thing.
Yeah, I've seen a few people try the Dragonite against Lina. I think it's still skill-based, this matchup. It's not like Dragonite solves Lina and you don't have to really work or, you don't need to think. But it is a playable matchup. This is going to be a very interesting mid matchup to keep an eye on to see who gets the edge in terms of last hits and trades. Dragonite has the amplified regeneration, of course, regenning a lot, but Lina's damage is just so high.
I'm sorry, I spent a long time casting DK versus Queen of Pain, DK versus Lina for like years on end. Like this matchup would just keep coming back. I don't think I've ever heard anyone call a DK lane interesting.
No, I actually think, well, now it is interesting because for me it's make or break.
True.
Either the DK will be able to do the DK thing where he gets 2 bracers, power treads, blink dagger, and then plays the game, or he finds out that Lina hurts a lot in this
Or he
match,
dies.
and he struggles a lot. Both are very possible here. Normally, DK used to be a really boring hero where, and he still is boring, but the matchup is fun due to the fact that Lina is so busted. Her damage is maybe threatening even DK in lane here.
Can he follow the righteous path to defeat the nasty red-headed fire-launching woman to take her out of this mid lane? We'll see if that Dragonite is able to do the job that he's been picked for here, right? Is that stable, solid link initiator, tanky boy who can deal damage to towers. That's what he's being grabbed for. But across the board, I think OG doing a very good job draft-wise to mitigate losses, do a little bit of gotcha, swap around with their lane setup, and make sure that the matchups don't get completely crushed. Because that's something we've seen a little bit today, is people like losing a lane and then that bleeds out.
Yeah. I'd be a bit concerned being Dragonite going into a lane, You're the Dragon Knight, and you're going up against someone who has a Dragon Slave as one of her abilities.
No.
I would be very concerned in that
Oh
regard.
my
Just
God.
Lore-wise here, isn't he in a little bit of a pickle?
Disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah. he might become her Q. Oh no.
What was her name? It was Lina
Good luck,
Inverse.
guys.
Yeah, maybe the inverse.
Pag di sila nanalo dito,
Take control of them.
wala. Pwede sila ma-eliminate na rin eh.
Get things going here in game
Wala.
2. That's exactly what OG need. A game
Mahirap
down
nang
in the best of
bumawi.
3. You don't want to be going 0-2, 0-3 in this group stage. You want to make it to the next part and get through the Swiss with a victory under your belt one way or the other. And the gyrocopter can do that in that lane against the Enigma. Set up nicely for it.
Yeah, Clockwork on a solo mission here. Has the boots, of course. Pretty hard to catch a Clockwork with boots, and he probably looked at the enemy draft and said, you know what, I'm not too scared. I'm gonna go in and just do my thing.
Is he trying to steal?
I think so, yeah. With the cogs, it's actually quite hard to deal with.
It's like a baseball move, or is it stealing first, stealing home, stealing runes? Gyrocopter is going to walk in there, cogs placed, Omar gets it.
So sneaky. He moves a little bit to the right, clicks the cogs, and that pulls the gyrocopter off the rune spot, and then he just walks over the cogs because Clockwork has free pathing.
Fun.
Easy play.
Fun
My
stuff.
god.
There we go, Dragonite versus Lina. Mid lane. Neoplan versus Lorna. Who gets the first
gotta be
creep?
careful. It's hard nowadays.
For the first uphill miss from Lina, good sign for DK. First last hit comes in.
Oh. Mr. Dragon Slave lasted. Can actually be difficult nowadays as well with the burn over time. It's quite low, the initial damage. Yeah, side lanes should also be quite threatening overall, as we have, you know, heroes with plenty of damage coming out. We'll see a lot of trading between the Mirana and Rubik. This is going to be about which core can join in. He's
breaking down all the trees.
yeah, killing the trees relentlessly. Unfortunately, in the Enigma, in very big disadvantage in the core matchup here. Flat Cannon already killing off his babies.
What do you even do?
Suffer mostly.
No, but it's like we can't go jungle, right?
No.
We just have to sit and take it.
Generally, you stay in lane and you try and play around the flat cannon. Like, you try and last it and do whatever you can. If Jaro doesn't press flat cannon, you don't press the Eidolons. And it's sort of okay for you that Jaro is not farming quickly. And if he does waste his flat cannon, you can then summon. But it's very hard. You do not want to feed your Eidolons. Actually, it already opts to go jungle. Yeah, the level 1 Eidolon jungling is not super fast.
No, that's pain. That's some pain right there.
It's a good counter pick though. I mean, this is the counter pick, the good old counter pick to Enigma. Jaro was the first one that everyone to say, yeah, okay, this is how we solve Enigma.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And
There's
then
a few other
we had
ones that
people
are
like Kunkka.
subpar.
Yeah. Kunkka
Yeah,
we
like
tried.
Luna is a sort of underwhelming alternative, right? There's a few that are just, yeah, you're not really Jaro.
In top lane we've not really had a chance to look at too much. Bottom lane being quite active. Mid lane, that funny little matchup between Lina and the DK going very evenly and lasted so far. Sven up at top, 12 CS. This Undying and Rubik lane doing okay, but they've not really shut down the Sumail carry yet.
Yeah, so far his finding has lasted. Oh, painful deny though, the banner creep. See the Mirana angling for continuous auto attacks, but I think good priority coming out from Tins as well, just saying, you know what, I'm gonna bully the Sven. Don't lay everything into trading with the Mirana. It's a distraction, waste of time. If you decay spam on the Sven, the harassment becomes more effective, right? Since he has less HP to begin with, you are stronger.
You fade bolt him, you zap him back, you drag him into the tombstone, force him to Warcry, and now you spend quite a lot and haven't gotten a kill out of it. Tombstone's going to get finished off eventually.
Yeah.
Are they glyphing to dive this?
It's pretty painful for Dire though. They're not touching the creeps, and a lot of free farm being had. Another banner creep missed. So while yes, they didn't kill anyone, that was 2 range creeps, a banner creep dying without Sven having a chance to even see us in.
Now, would you say DK's winning the mid lane now? He's ahead in creeps.
Yeah, I think he's doing quite well. His HP is a little bit low, but he can solve that as well. I think he got past the worrisome part. he got a good body block on the first creep wave, which is usually the most important in these matchups. So first creep wave going completely fine for him. He should be okay.
Went back into action top. Tims and Raven stepping up.
Okay,
with
adventure. Uy,
Enigma
nice.
going to heroes up. Yeah, just gonna get first blood on the Marana.
Winners.
Soul rip. Nobody ever expects it. I think maybe he has 2 points decay, but no. What skill build?
Always funny when that comes out. Sudden burst of damage. Looks like Lina still doing pretty well in this mid lane. You know, they're both going blow for blow, getting the last hits. But Lina with that ranged advantage is ahead in terms of regen and stability in this lane. And DK just happens to kind of sit and wait for that regen to kick in.
Yeah, it's a painful lane. You take a lot of damage from Dragon Slave. But if Lina doesn't have a chance to really kill the DK, maybe now with the clockwork move though. Is Clock gonna dive it? Yes.
Yeah, blood grenade, rocket flare, Cog sent over, and a final Dragon Slave to take him down. But we do have a
Nice
shot
one.
into telekinesis to
But
get the
didn't I?
trade out. 2 supports rotate in from OG to kill Lina.
That's a good return kill and some very, very valuable experience on the supports now. Getting themselves a mid hero kill and getting a creep wave under mid. DK not gonna be as happy though. And that's also what, I was referring to. Like, you take so much damage on mid. By the time Clockwork showed up, he had about 200 HP. It's pretty easy to gank a hero who's sitting at 200 HP all the time.
That makes life so much easier. Now Lina tucked behind the tower, not really a target for this Wind Ranger to come in and get. He's trying to guard the rune when it spawns. And nobody's going to be bottling up that invis. Scam will try and use it to head up the top.
Top lane where Nail is still getting decent farm despite the pressure earlier on. He's got 2 points into the stun actually to try and be a little bit stronger at fighting.
But have this
Pinball.
He's going to sentry to see Scam there. He walked under it.
Yeah, it's just
I got a bit of
unfortunate.
vision on him. That's unlucky. Well done by Omar though, right?
Yeah, for sure. I get PTSD already seeing all these pinballs because Clockwork is a very oppressive support in this patch. When he does that, you feel so bad. Even if you juke some of the cogs, you still get burned so much mana.
It's some bullshit. It's like when you get stunned when you're playing D&D, or like someone hold counter spell, hold
Yeah,
it's just non-stop. It's just bullshit.
It's the lane version of OD imprisonment is what it is. Look at this. This is OD imprisonment levels of fun.
He's getting the tips for it as well. No actual like facial reaction, no smile from Omar. Just like another day, another
He's locked in.
clockwork game.
He's going for the pinball high score. If there was a Clockwork Arcana, that would be the high score thing, the Arcana.
Yep. Bing 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 bing.
How
What are
many
we doing?
key
Lifting
bumps?
some ale?
Nice.
Shot latching onto the Sven and the clockwork. I was wondering if they were able to easily finish that one off. The answer
Pwede
is
pa
yes.
to.
He'll move into that top spot while DK in his mid lane has popped his dragon form, getting eyed up by Omar and Lana. Too far. And now we've spent a long time not looking at bottom. And Devi, pretty low on the net worth board. Natsu right up at the top. And they tried so hard to get around behind for a black hole attempt. Still going to be able to get there as Omar makes the gyro go the long way. Black hole into what? Eidolon and clockwork damage? Not quite enough just yet. They need this Dragon Slayer from Lina. ASAP! Lorenoff has got to come in and finish the job. The final time to kill him off.
Oh my god.
That was a kill they could not afford to let free.
It was pretty scrappy. It took a lot of effort, and meanwhile, the Radiant effort is towards this tier 1 tower up top. So, yeah, you get a kill on the carry. It's not bad, but opening the map might be even more valuable.
Kinasalo.
Oh, sick arrow. And too bad he's gonna take a lot of damage on the way out. Maybe even die. Pops the wand. He's got no more leaps. Oh, he's fine though.
Oh!
Shot, pow, shot.
no.
Draw, breathe fire, breathe fire.
Sinalubong.
We see,
Nice. Okay, good.
Power treads are here. The Blink Dagger is in the quick buy. You'll push. He's played this style before. I've seen him on Dragonite. I know he can play this active mid laner build. The moment he has Blink, it's gonna be easy to play for any ganks around the DK.
It's still gonna be one of the coolest things they added to the game. Even though I've never played Monster Hunter, like I don't care for it, I don't know anything about it, but the dragon he turns into is sick.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Monster Hunter, right? It had some pretty cool bosses and stuff. I never played it as well. I know Sing Sing played it. Watched some of it.
Big old dragon. Well, Nigma Galaxy here in game 2, trying to hold on to a bit of land in that northern jungle to get the Sven to a point where he's content. He's taking a bit of resources though, sending hero after hero up there, and that leaves the gyrocopter completely free and alone down south to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I think
And even though you're
Gyro
sending
might be
numbers
calling
top,
over his friends too.
yeah, come down here and help out. OG looking way better here than they did in game 1. All woken up. Into 5. Struggling. Got countered.
I went for a Dominator build to try and allow him to farm a little bit more. Farming jungle plus lane with the Dominator, it's very efficient, so maybe he could work his way back into this game. Meanwhile, Lina has put a lot of emphasis on just accelerating her own game, not just running around non-stop gank, but has the travels now.
Ina travel.
Yeah, even though Lorinov, is quite well known for his Storm Spirit and his Ember, I feel like Lina is a very Lorinov hero. He's so good at farming and hitting that critical mass point where he's like, okay, I'm the big boy.
Yeah,
I feel like his Lina and his Timbersaw, are up there in terms of heroes where he takes over games.
he plays Lina and he plays Sniper as well, and they're quite similar in how you approach it from mid lane. Just a bit more spell casting on Lina.
That just shows the depth of, not like hitting. The depth of hero pool is one thing, but you can have like 4 heroes who all do kind of the same thing, right? The fact that he has this depth of playstyle as well is always really nice.
Yeah.
Like sure, you can play all the Spirit, you can play Puck and all these slippery heroes, but playing one of these turret, stand your ground and deliver kind of guys, that's where the real
For sure.
for
For sure. I actually feel like it's been more and more common that players have one playstyle and just find many different ways to do the same thing. But
Yeah.
there's a fair number of players, and it's good to have players who can play different styles as well, because then you can mold your draft into what makes sense. Otherwise, you run into the issues like, oh, we can do this cool thing, but we need
Six
an
na,
active mid
six na
laner
to
who has
si
Blink Dagger. It's like, I don't
Eto
play
na.
those, sorry.
Sometimes that's what happens. Not in this game though. Dragon Knight, the active mid laner, has his blink, as does the Undying.
It's pretty deep on the
Start
tower.
off on the Sven, Shackle Shot, Tombstone, they're thrown in onto Sumail, they're trying to dive him under tier 2. Another decay and a Soul Rip, is that enough with the zombies following?
Yes.
No, he's at 50 HP and a power shot snipes him. Sumail's gone, Raven's the trade, hook shot forward though. Omar trying to deal with the Tim's Rubik with the Mirana by his side to kill him and the Tomb, while they do also, with Enigma and Lina, find the back lines.
That was pretty slow reactions actually when he got jumped there. I don't know if they had some cooldowns on their PPs, but I was surprised the dive wasn't punished harder. Meanwhile, on bottom, Gyrocopter and Dragonites finally gonna take out the tier 1.
Full payload of bombs dropped on a Helm Creep. Make sure he's dead.
Worth. Yeah, right here. Like, this is pretty far under tower, but I suppose the Enigma doesn't really want to TP in without Blink Dagger. You just want to farm, get your items, and unfortunately for Sumail, he kind of gets sold.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of thinking, and I guess I'm trying to build a story in my own head as well, of Lorinov being the actual carry in this game rather than Sumail.
He might be. He might have to be, but it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out as we go later into the game. For now, the farm is developing
Makakasalubong ni Sven.
on a
Tingnan mo,
Nigma to
tingnan mo,
recover as
tingnan mo.
well.
Uy,
Quite
nice.
active this, but Ben has not. And bottom of the net worth of the cause is still being run at by a Wind Ranger. Focus fire, he's going to break free thanks to Lorinov's stun. Omar hook shot into the back as well to keep the Dragon Knight away. Keep the Sven alive. But he's at 5,000 600, 700 net worth, something like that. He's down in the dumps a bit. How similar is the spend to, like, you know, Alchemist?
Laging nakukuha na ng aro. Wala.
He's a bit stronger in regards to like value per net worth, right? He doesn't necessarily have to be super far ahead, but he is dropping a concerning bit behind the Gyrocopter now, where Gyro might just start taking over the game, go for those earlier objective plays, tier 2 towers, Roche, Tormentor. Sven might not quite be ready as early as Gyro is. And again, he's gonna go for the gold dominated creep, always nice money.
Easy stuff. That's the thing, right? That comparative net worth that you're talking about is always the big problem. Because we can have, you know, hero A is
shit.
hero B, but if hero A has, you know, 3,000-4,000 net worth advantage,
Nice.
that counter may not exist anymore. You might have itemized your way out of it.
Yeah, and even then, I think the matchup is pretty neutral to begin with. So if Gyrocopter and Sven is a
Oh!
Black Hole Blink.
Ano yun?
He got the
Ba't kinaskin niya?
Yeah. I have devised, like, where's my team? Who's gonna help me? Oh, Lena's coming. There's my team. Thank you, Laurenov. Save the day, please. More damage. Kill the Gyrocopter off. It works out in the end.
It tips him anyway. He's like, damn, that was a pretty good homing missile immediate reaction there to the blink black hole.
But he
That's gonna
still
make him
cancelled
pretty
early, right?
Yeah,
Hindi.
he canceled it a little bit early to just run away to have distance, because the homing missile was coming to him, and he didn't want to get rocket barrage right next to Gyro.
Makes sense.
So, but yeah, he held him long enough. Lina got there, coordinated play.
Go down, did the trick. And that's all room for Sumail. That's, you know, a nice.
Eto na.
Breath.
Moonlight.
Okay, right. Gyro's dead. I can catch up. I can farm. My Lina got involved with another kill. She's accelerating quickly as well. OG trying to get something going in that top river, yeah.
He blinked behind him to block it. Very nice play.
Club stuff.
That's what we were talking about as well during the draft, how blink on undying is gonna probably be a crucial item for them to have just to get in there.
Okay.
And
One
I
K
guess
lead.
Lina, you really need ways to catch her. So now with the blink undying and blink on Dragon Knight, you're starting to build those pieces necessary.
Damn, I should have so much from such long range. You need to get on top of that. This game has felt like a reverse of game 1 in terms of the vibe. And
Kaso
feel.
pinapa
OG have been the ones making action.
farm niya rin yung kalaban eh.
Aggressively in the face of Nigma Galaxy, with Nigma reacting and responding. But it doesn't feel as, like, you know, disastrous as game 1 did. Nigma Galaxy have Enigma. They have this Lina. They're scaling. They've got some mid to late game prowess and team fight. But they've got to weather this storm now with the blinks available and the catch from OG being very strong. They've got to keep Laurenov out of danger, and Omar doing whatever he can with the cogs. A push back, but the Dragon Tail comes in with the fireball. They're going to chase Lina down. She's burning low and decayed into the ground behind her own tier 2.
Nice
and that
one.
brings all the supports isolated, so Marana falls shortly after.
Also, actually some really nice plays by Omar. He almost saved the Lina. The Cog immediately canceled the Undying before he could get an auto attack on Lina, so the slow didn't apply. And she started running away, and then Dragon Knight blinks in, gets immediately hook shotted.
Nice one.
But even so, his efforts were in vain, and she still died, and now he falls as well.
Oh, quick tippies bottom.
Ay, sayang di tumali.
Let's get the wave down here, but the Power Rangers are arriving. In they come. Dragon Knight jumps straight in onto the Sven. They're going to try and Moonlight Shadow him out of here, but they've got sentries, they've got reveal, they've got the way to chase him down and burn him out. So Mail, very low, gets back up the staircase to the high ground, but he's down and out.
Nice.
Geofans picks up the kill and dominating Dragon Knight, making his mark on escape.
I swear Skem is getting more value out of Focus Fire than any support Wind Ranger I've seen in a long time. He's just shooting a lot, you know? He doesn't have a DPS build, but that ulti is always working.
Sa wakas may
It's like
nagano din.
anytime he runs into someone, he starts by
Basin.
getting ulti on them, and then we see from there if we have any blink follow-up.
It's like, he's a threat, but he's not the biggest threat. He's a little mosquito buzzing around, but eventually, I don't know, you contract malaria from focus.
It hurts a lot.
Oh god, that's really painful. Gangrenous legs and stuff. But there's just so many other people you have to deal with. Enigma gonna get lifted up and
Uy.
stunned down to half health. Midnight Pulse is getting thrown on the ground as well. and Divide, they're getting solo killed by a Rubik, just stealing spells, and then dies to an Undying.
Does get one kill at least onto Scam, but another good takedown for OG. And like you said, they're just not relenting at all. Non-stop aggression, making moves. Absolutely love the playstyle coming out from OG. And on the back of that, they have Gyrocopter, of course, just farming and getting big as well. Not to mention, Dragonite, like, his net worth is impressive in this game. Keeping pace.
Yeah, I just really switched it on. Game 1 was not good for him, right? Game the first solo death against.
Yeah.
Unless they died to Ember Spirit.
I've seen this
Sabi
as well
niyo,
on the last
talo
few
yung
Dragonites.
DK
I've
sa
seen
Lina.
the
Loko
shard
pala
purchase
kayo.
immediately at 15. Just get the shard. It is so good. It farms a lot. You can farm dangerous
No,
areas
dikit
from
lang
pretty
oh.
far away.
Kaso yung damage
Just by using
malakas
the
talaga.
DK shard as well. Rubik wants a better spell right now. Sitting within that pulse is not the most fun. There's a lot of good spells in this game, but we'll see which one he ends up with.
He's got a Blink Dagger now as well. Can help him. And a nice valuable spell.
Lincoln's on Lina as a first item after travels is also it's a like a concession, right? Like you're safer now, but not safe. You can still get blinked, Fate Bolt telekinesis lifted, right? You can still get double blinked by something as well. So this hurts to go for because it still doesn't provide you with a full solution.
You've invested in like an early warning system. You've put the fire alarm in your house, but you don't have the
They're
suppressing
intruders,
systems.
Gareth. They're breaking into your
no.
house.
Oh
Deploy
shit!
your safety
They've got
robots.
baseball bats.
Ito na. Sagasa na guys.
They're stabbing me with a knife. Yeah, that's what Lincoln Spear is doing for me.
I'm gonna start a security team called Lincoln Sphere. It's gonna be the most annoying alarm, that's all.
Do you want me to make the alarms sound for you?
You know what, we got an idea here. It's great.
Can you imagine if alarms, instead of making that, single tone or double tone, it was a human voice, like an actual voice actor?
Alam nilang walang dragon
police
pa.
cars and ambulances making noises.
They
Dali,
gotta buy the
dali nyo,
premium
dali nyo.
package if they want to be fully safe. They have to have the BKB as well.
The premium package is the alarm makes the noise, wagga, wagga, wagga.
That's worse.
I know, that's why it's funny.
I like the way you think. Aegis now on Gyrocopter. DK. Again looking, eyeing up not only heroes but also towers.
It was a pretty wide open map for him. And Morales did a pretty good job holding that bottom wave. Starstorm spam, keeping it out. Gyrocopter will deal with that. But it gives a nice pocket of farm for the spend to get his acceleration going. Still a bit behind the rest of the pack though. Galaxy not necessarily in catch-up mode anymore. Might be ready to fight in the next minute or so.
Raybet? Ba't bumaba ka pa, Raybet?
Freebie kill in that top lane.
Just instant respawn in
Okay,
the
nice.
though, so they can play on the back of it.
And they're back on the Mirana. No protection from the Lina. Tried the Light Strike array. Still going to lose GH. Straight back towards the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, that tier 2 is going to be forfeit. They do not necessarily want to defend, already having used their resources.
Okay.
Omar, I'm trying to do a bit of dewarding here. The cogs make a cage which gets filled with fire. Dragonite just lays it in onto him. Nigma know there's high ground vision there though, so probably going to avoid an area until they can deward it. Start playing back towards bottom. Try to drag his game out.
Closing in, 150 gold for the Enigma, and he's going to be ready. Dragonite already has this, and queuing up the Hurricane Pike next. Mobility, always good to have. Again, against Clockwork, against Lina, you have a Lincoln Spray.
Okay.
Good fortune and good timing from OG to have this Aegis at the time when Nicolas will start to feel comfortable. So you now have another few minutes waiting period where the Dire don't really want to get embroiled in a straight-on fight. Still continue to push the map, cut waves where they can.
Yeah, this top tower is still Gyrocopter with the Aegis can probably just go and finish it off. I can't wait for there to be a black hole in Gyrocopter and for him to purchase the Basher. Just wait. We'll get there. Late game.
Is it still 10%? What is
Yeah, yeah, it is. But that's 10% chance that you will ruin Enigma's day.
Oh, you could also, set up the pseudo random. Go hit some creeps.
That's true.
Hit something 9 times. Oh, no bash. There must be a bash on the next hit.
Hit something 9 times, and then you
black hole, black hole me.
It does put some worry in your mind if you play against Gyrocopter with Aghanim Scepter as Nigma. Not just that, but the Satanic, of course, that he's working on now. It's like, do I have the damage to kill him, or is he just gonna press Satanic and lifesteal through it all?
Yung dapat, akala ko magdi-divine.
So close to that well. It looked like it was going to be Tormy time.
Yan, dyan dapat mga hero nyo.
Swap signs to the map or not.
Sven is in the area.
Hindi yung nag-experiment pa. Simple hero lang,
I haven't seen
simple.
too much aggressive from Sven yet. He's like,
Patay na naman yung Sven.
He's gonna get jumped.
Yeah.
Patay siya, pasayad siya
A
dyan.
little bit of distance. He knows he has to stand and fight, but the damage from his
Grab.
own diet stacks up so quickly through the flesh golem. Gyro follows through. They get the kill on Sven. As Sumail just hasn't had a game. Unable to play this Sven, just trying to farm and get to a point where he feels comfortable. But there is no comfort in Dota. It is non-stop aggression from OG.
He's played long enough. He should know. The comfort is not true in Dota. It's always gonna be some form of despair, one or another. And this game, it's gonna be being hunted.
Pag nanalo sila dyan, same sila ng standing, so good.
It's not just him, at least. It's shared despair. Omar is about to feel it as well.
Trying to do a bit of cog walking.
Oh, he's sliding it back into home.
Straight back in there. Oh, a hookshot TP. Halfway pop.
Fancy move.
What is Divide doing over here?
He's trying, it's the classic Vinland stuff. This is the safest area, enemy side of the map.
A little spooky.
Gets herded away though.
Oh, double damage rune.
They're doing everything they can to create space for Sven to actually get to the point of having Daedalus and all the items he needs. Lina's going for the Dagon. Okay. Not a massive fan of the Dagon, but we'll see how it works for him in this game. I feel like level 1 Dagon is so weak now, but max level, it could be nice. You get cast range, which obviously is nice, but level 1 is only 60 cast range. It doesn't really do much yet.
That's a bit of rubbish.
I definitely am more a fan of the old Dagon compared to the new one. When you got spell lifesteal and you got 75% of the HP of a creepy target, you heal so much.
Nice. It felt good. But yeah, it feels like Nigma right now. Very difficult to approach. OG finding initial pickoffs kind of challenging. Even big 5-man team fights, you're kind of banking on contesting next roche. Looking for a massive
Aghanims na yan.
head-on clash around some kind of terrain advantage or a high ground board. You need this hook shot. The sequence, right? The process in Nigma Galaxy is like rocket flare, hook shot, wait for black holes, then jump to target, kills them. They have this quite telegraphed A to B to C. And OG, you mentioned it like so many times, he's blinking the shit.
No punch.
Yeah, to their credit, the net worth difference is pretty small, and they have Enigma, so you can never count them out. And Sven, for the record, is the same kind of category. He could always burst people in the late game. If he gets Daedalus, he gets all the items he needs. Heroes could have but for
Bakit natatakot yung OG? Lamang sila. BKB na Enigma.
the concerning for me is going to be the Undying. Every time we cast the game, Gareth, I say it, he dominates the late stage, and he's very strong early on, but then he will fall off. Like, in 20 minutes from now, Enigma versus Undying, the impact is going to be monumentally different.
For sure.
Unfortunate nakita. Okay, DK.
And Sumail. Oh, that disappeared. And now Sumail is going to have to BKB TP.
Oh.
Further on, deeper on the right side.
Kinaya nila yung BB.
So you only lose the clockwork, but oh geez, sweep through.
Yeah, get themselves to safety. Dagon is complete for the Lina. No blink dagger on him yet, or Kayasha for that matter. He's building towards Kaya.
Oh, straight jump in from Yopash. Not able to get a full connection on anybody though. He's getting stunned up and damaged down to about a third of his health.
Yeah, they zap him, but the dragon kind of shrugs it off. That's tier 2 tower just falling. Sooner or later, they need to get some black holes out for value, though. If you just let OG dominate the map like this, taking all the towers, pulling you around the map, you will start falling behind even more in net worth.
Butterfly.
Pressure is on Nigma, I feel. Despite having good late game cards, they need to make something happen.
And they especially can't
Ay.
let you get a free Roshan. You know, they can't have one of these whiff teamfights before a Rosh takes. They need to be able to contest that big objective. But just imagine, you know, Gyro with Aegis going high ground is just going to put this game to bed.
Yeah, it could. It could. They have fairly good high ground defense with like Lina coming in from Fog of War with a nuke, but no, I completely agree. You don't want to give away a free Aegis here.
Try and make a play. They see the jump on the DK. Tons of damage. That's the one. The hook shot not going to land. Good attempt from Omar, but doesn't find his man. And Roshan,
For a +1.
can we get it? Leave me Galaxy. He's going to respawn.
He is spawning. It's a top spawn Roche. I don't think they're going for that. Just pushing out lanes, getting whatever farm they can. They don't want to spend ulti for too much longer. Also concerning to take Roche against teams with long range pulls like Power Shot in this game, or even Rocket Flare from Nigma. Difficult to sneak Roche.
Walang BKB to.
They didn't expect this.
Walang BKB.
I'll try and Stormhammer, Harpoon back to tree line. Arrow's going to be off the mark, whipped it, but Sumel gets forced out and moved away from danger until the Gale Force and Raven both come in the nick of time. That's going to be a twofer, and that Streamer gets the double kill.
Fantastic by Raven to connect there from the side. Looked like he was about to get the blink out before damage reached him, but Sven.
Okay, pwede high ground or your Roshan.
For 1 minute. They also saw that he, you know, purchased items recently, so most likely won't have buyback.
Oo, walang buyback yan.
I say poke, but you know, it could just spell 1 lane at least.
Okay, good, yeah. With double catapult.
Butterfly na yan.
Well, that was glyph expended, and one catapult did survive. Just out of range. Quick shot hit. And Dragonite jumps on the Enigma. Light Strike Array, Laguna Blade thrown back in onto Yopaj. You're going to get healed up a touch. Pops the wand, a bit of burst regen there as they take down both Devi and Omar. And you're right, Yopaj and the DK survives. And now they're chasing his leader down inside the base past tier 3s. Pretty wild stuff from OG because this arrow's going to connect into Light Strike Array.
Basag lang sana.
Buyback on the Enigma. They almost need something more. Otherwise, it still feels like a good trade for OG. Arrow scouts them, get vision of them a little bit, and they're wrapping around behind.
Just respawn. They want to make sure there's no free access to Roshans. They come out, they smoke to cut the waves, push things out. Don't allow OG immediate access to the pit. Honestly, one of the most... I don't know, what's it, cool smoke? It's weird. Like smoking to go push one wave. Like honestly, so important that they do that, but it feels so weird to smoke for.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tentative moment. You don't know who's going to get the jump on who here, and after the buyback from Nigma, they're looking to get something done. At the same time, OG don't want to lose all the map control.
Butterfly na Tsumi ha.
Just now, 400 gold, and Dark will have it.
Wala na ba si Miracle?
Yun daw kayo.
Kuroki saka si
Make it over.
Sumel ang nandyan
Who wants to get it?
sa Nigma.
Unlucko. And a pretty big smoke here from OG. 5 heroes all together.
Yeah, they're needing.
Nigma Galaxy starting to TP out. Full retreat. Do we have another smoke? So it feels like Roche Pit still needs to be defended. Not an awful lot of vision on the map either from either of these teams. We didn't have an observer ward in enemy triangle. I'm just trying to
Get
figure
to
out like
fireball. Get the
Mirana killing Cap.
Yay! He's close.
Hey, Rosh.
This is the thing though.
They know.
Initiated. Scouted immediately though. The rockets, they know that you know,
That we know.
but that doesn't matter. Knowledge in itself has never killed Roche. Or kept Roche alive for that matter.
Yeah, that's why you can't rely on theorists. You need men of action.
You do need
Someone to
try and
start.
practice.
Start your revolution one way or the other. Some things require a heavy hand. And Nigma Galaxy showing they didn't have it there. Didn't have the stones
Honestly-
to go and contest Roche.
Nigma played incredibly fast in the first game, but OGS literally just taken that pace and brought it to 11 in game number 2 here. They actually just played really, really well from the start. Not at the finish yet, but they're keeping up.
I think they've also done a very good job at keeping this tempo, but also not falling into the trap of Black Hole, Stormhammer, getting
Yeah.
comboed down by Nigma Galaxy. It's been very deliberate and decisive. Very clean.
In a way, I feel like it gets easier to think about the black hole when there are multiple heroes on the enemy team that have AoE abilities. If that makes sense. Because now I'm worried about getting Sven stunned as well. And they should be worried right now. The Invis, Mirana Invis coming around.
They find who's the first point of contact. They might see Yopaz, and they do. Dragon Knight first up. Where's the save? Nothing comes. Yopaz dead. Raven going to BKB up and try and deal with a Sven, but Sumail hot on his tail, chasing them dying down into the tree line. Gyrocopter getting focused a little bit, and Sumail's going to reset, run back, knowing that OG still have a lot of tools left in the kit. Delaying things out. Jump again onto the gyro. That's not the target you want to fully go on and commit, though, with the Aegis still in hand.
5v4 fight it may be, but not that easy to fight when Sven ulti is down. You did kill the Dragon Knight. And Nigma still has to be so worried about the Rubik.
I mean, what, we've seen 2 black holes this game? Like a couple of kind of solo black holes and a gyrocopter, but no big team fight black hole yet. And Devi's had a difficult time finding those moments.
It's very challenging to find a chance to get that when the Rubik hides so much.
Does Undying have shard, by the way?
I think he does have it. Didn't he? Yeah, he does. He just was slow. I think, he's not a support player, so he's not only staring at this. It's not Malady on Undying here. This is a core Undying. He's got his own ideas.
Sa OG wala na,
The
pure
ideas
Pinoy
about
na yan,
Pinner.
pre.
And then, I lost my Dragon Knight.
Ilan na Sumi yung Punch
Yeah, like
teams.
his reaction
Puro Pinoy na yan.
Blinking aggressively, not to tombstone defensively.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do. And I guess all the eyes are on the gyrocopter, so when the attack comes on the DK, who is in
I
front
know.
hiding, it was quite a surprise.
All Pinoys na tayo, pre.
What is happening with the random pushes? Oh, I think they tried to push the homing missile, but accidentally pushed the gyrocopter instead.
Oh no.
They could have pushed the homing missile and get the stun quickly. You can accelerate it that way with force stuff.
I'll
It's
try
gonna
and
arrive late instead.
GH trying to blink back and kill it.
Kind of silly they live there on Mirana. It feels like something went wrong.
Unacceptable
Yeah.
survival.
It
Unacceptable
was
escape.
surrounded. 2 minutes, just shy on the Aegis. He wants to make something happen. It's about time.
This upgrade DK
Finished with the Dragon Knight, going for an A on this next. From burst protection.
Going to be very tanky, very defensive. The tools he's built for himself.
Walang nag-blow to sa kabila.
A far cry from that Aghanim's Daedalus build that we saw not long ago. The whole Mask of Madness business on this. Prince Dragon Knight has come and gone, thank God.
Yeah. Jar gets held for a while. Lina's thinking about bursting him a bit. Or a lot of it. Misses the stun though. Now the ulti is on cooldown.
That's Satanic spent though.
Yeah. Cooldown is very low on Lina ulti. Yes, the talent
Just
still.
one thing. Maybe if they had a chance there, they could burst his first life, get a black hole in a second, knowing he doesn't have Satanic. But I'm always thinking of the too risky plays. Nigma still with plenty of time.
Sven going for the MKB as well. The disciplined play. Every Sven player always wants a Daedalus, but against this Gyrocopter, you need the MKB. Could just win as well. Could maybe get a kill on her.
Another one. Actually, for OG.
Oh, Wind doesn't have him. I see. He went for Solar as well. He wants to buff his. Gyrocopter, be a proper support.
What do you mean be a proper support? Can only be a sort of proper support if they what? They're by soul request.
If you buff, yeah,
If they're by
if you don't-
buffing items.
if you don't give attack speed or damage to a carry, are you even a support? That's why I get drums and solar every game, so I'm always a good support.
Oh yeah, is that how it works?
That
Doesn't matter how many last hits you steal, how many wounds you take from your mid lane. That doesn't matter. How many times you die? No.
Nah, if I put solar on my carry, it's his fault if we lose.
That's Dota 1 logic. By mech.
Ang ganda naman nung nasa lubong nila.
But he's walked to high ground on the staircase. There were 3 waiting for him. He BKB's got strength. Is he fighting? Is he running? I don't.
Shit. Ang lag.
think he even knows. Where am I going? Where am I coming from? And he's going.
Okay, naka 1-0
into the
din.
grave. Raven picks up the double kill. I mean, Nigma Galaxy walking into darkness there, and they meet their makers.
Yeah, they were completely on the wrong page where OG were playing. They probably still thought they were on the top area, but good move by OG, shuffling down to bottom, and now big window with Sven dead forever. It feels like 70 seconds. They can make some moves.
It's been a rough one for Sumail so far. On a Sven who's meant to be accelerating, getting ahead, his damage numbers, GPM numbers, all very low.
Looks like they want to catch Lina as well, but only Wind Ranger going for this setup play. Maybe they won't be doing that much with his death timer, just fixing the lanes.
Come on, guys.
Looks like he's gonna respawn just fine. Nice. Of course, time that he's not farming and the gap between him and the Gyrocopter is growing. Already a pretty significant gap as the Gyro is enormous this game.
Lina is the real carry. She's the one that's getting all the space. Dagon 5 is coming up. Still a little bit of time to finish him.
Come on. Excuse me.
Into the telekinesis left, but a Shiva's guard and a black hole. In comes Divide. He's gonna get caught out on a stolen black hole. Back in from Tim's. The Rubik's got a bigger, better one than you do.
Nakuha ni Tips yung black hole.
Killed off, and Divide Armor gonna get shredded by Raven and Yopaj.
I feel like he just forgot. Like, the Rubik was just there, telekinesis saving.
I'm still gonna get the Yopaj DK with all the good blade out of Lorinov coming back off cooldown and over with a good hook shot. Lands it in, but a lift up to high ground puts him out of arm's reach. A power shot forward, the shackle shot onto 2 of them. Connects the clockwork with Alina. Lina's being dragged around now as well. Stolen Stormhammer pops the Lincolns. This Lorinov lead is still going to work, getting moved away from danger to maybe finish off this undying, but Tim's the Rubik.
Rubik talaga ni Tims. Oh my god, ganito pa, sa ganito pa binigay magandang laban.
Stolen everything and turned it.
What am I watching, Gareth? This isn't a fight. This is a Rubik highlight montage. Like, he's just owning in this fight. Look at what he did. That's crazy. Rubik was
Yan lang,
absolutely
ibigay nyo lang kay
cooking.
Tims yung
Owning is a
Rubik,
2-4
puta.
hero black hole. Also gets sent
Magha-highlights
from
talaga
stuns
yan.
out. The Sven stun, the Lina stun, beautiful chain disables, lifting people onto the cliff. He is styling on them, yeah. Chat's going crazy and for good reason. Tims, what a man, dude. He's delivered.
Best
I
team,
think you're
best
right, like, divide emotionally
Rubik yan si
that,
Tims.
Oh my god, like the adrenaline kicked in, right? Oh, we're winning a team. Kill a gyro, go next move. He goes to that black hole and it's like, oh.
I need to watch the replay, fuck.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You just know you fucked it up.
Hey, it's, yeah.
Ganito, ba't ganito? Huh? What happened?
Able to get even a single auto attack with Satanic out, and that chain stun was nasty.
I was gonna ask, what's the fastest time
What?
for a Dagon on DK? First time, wait, that's Sumail! Oh, Sumail just died!
Yeah.
What is happening? We've got a wild game, just back and forth, a bit of pinball action. We've got Clockwork in this one doing magic wonders, but I don't know, naturally because high ground dies, then Sumail walks low ground and dies. Apparently staircases are dangerous. We're back in DayZ again. Hook shot from Omar, gonna catch the Wind Ranger and blown up immediately. That's what Low enough needed.
You're right, Gareth. Whatever elevation level you're at, stay on that one. Don't go up, don't
Yeah.
go down. Stay where you are. No Clockwork, don't use the charge. Maybe that's the solution. You need a jetpack to be allowed to cross into the high ground.
No, I don't think mankind's folly was trying to leave the land and go into the sky and into the water. We've seen what happens if you go down too deep in a submarine, too high up as well. It's not happy. Not happy times.
This DK is absolutely cooking here. Got the extra bonuses as well, talent from level 25. He's doing some serious work with the Dagon and Octarine.
Funny build. Dagon DK.
Now he has a Lincoln's cancel while also keeping Hurricane Pike for safety. And yeah, this was a painful moment. This was punished so quickly and so heavily. Positioning
The range
range
on
as well
that.
was fantastic.
The range on that green black hole is so freaking long.
Yeah, it's absurd. Back in live, we
Did a
have
good job.
a Roche being started.
Huh?
One off doing a good job skirting the edges of this team fight. This fun shackle shot though. Gale Force, the repositioning tool, very irritating. Tim's Rubik doing so much heavy lifting, finding grab after grab, kill after kill.
I mean, it's insane. The Rubik, he had so much fun. The entire fight from his point of view was just uncontested and free. But yeah, they do get themselves to Aegis, put that on the Lina for now, so she's gonna be a little bit harder to deal with. But still, we have to be worried for Sven. The amount of times that they've just dealt with Sven by blinking on him, and then he wasn't able to get to safety. All the BKBs are off cooldown and ready, and right now it's OG who are scared to leave base, playing against the Aegis Refresher Enigma, double being available.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're entering late game. And this is like I said, where Enigma is going to start having a major impact on the game, and Undying will struggle to match it.
Yeah, series where you're thinking, okay, just, forget game one, didn't happen. Device thinking, okay, forget the first 65 minutes of the game. Just, okay, this is where I actually start to play. I can actually play my hero.
Yeah, he still probably wants to get a few more puzzle pieces for his toolkit to deal with all the stuff he's against. Being against a Rubik's always annoying. And gone are the days when you could just buy BKB and Lincolns and wait, they can't break the Lincolns and steal because most spells can't be clicked on BKB. That's not true anymore.
No.
Puta, pulpak na gyro na yun.
How OG has fully tightened up. Bit of loose play in the dire base, thinking they had this game in the bag, trying to finish off some buildings and barracks. Bites them in the butt. And now they are on their side of the river.
I wonder if they should change it. Because that's only triggers on spells that do pierce BKB or debuff immunity if you have debuff immunity on you. So that it doesn't get wasted on stuff. I wonder if that would be good or bad. It would be a massive Enigma buff, I can tell you that.
It would be a cool idea. The problem I have is the guy writing the tooltip is going to have an absolute nightmare. They're going to jump on the Lena, Dragon Tail stun, break through the Lincolns, but the quick turnaround here is Sumel gets in onto Scam. Sumel trying to kill off a target but can't do the job to finish him off. Has the harpoon to high ground and the gyro damage. Oh, it adds up quickly. Chases in, follows Sven down and forces Sumel to fly back immediately.
And immediately they turn as well. Not TP to safety as Sven TP's in. Unfortunately, Enigma just wonders, okay, can I macro anything? Not quite, with just two of my cores split over the map. So very good fight again, and the buyback maybe a bit premature if Lina was getting out. I feel like there was miscommunication. They wanted to fight, they wanted to get out.
Sometimes it just happens. A little wasted buyback then. Sumel going to try and farm himself back up into a decent spot.
That opens up this win condition though. Aegis is about to time out in not too long from now, and when that is true and buyback is on cooldown for Sven, Nigma are going to be the ones who have to be very careful.
Yeah, it's not just buyback, right? It's buyback with God Strength and BKB both on cooldown. So you really are just flopping around, hitting creeps, not doing too much.
Oh, this
OG
body
really showed the strength of their gyro, and they're going to show this DK again, but I think he's trying to pop the Lincolns there, pushes the Lena back, instead focuses on the Enigma to get that easy kill.
quick takedown on him, and he's also dead with no buyback.
Ito na.
Kind of while with that.
Kakatok na.
Was that 90 seconds?
Yeah, it's a long timer. He did buyback on his previous death, I think.
Some time to think about the state of the game. This was the period, yeah, you had this Aegis on Lena, you're starting to feel like the game's in your grasp again. Making moves, making plays, getting back into it, but OG slammed that door on your fingers. Back up to the high ground to this dire base. Look for a second.
Look for teams. Ay, wala palang gawin. But still look for...
Go in, honestly, with Enigma dead. He doesn't know, though, for sure, if there's buyback or not.
Spam from Lena's pretty annoying too. As the cogs to trap him inside, the tombstone save. He's going to be in there from die. He's BKBing up though. Gyrocopter retreating from his mid lane, leaving the tombstone to get slain by Lorinov.
It's a very inhospitable base to go into. You take a lot of damage for stepping up here.
Toxic stuff. Try and get through the barbed wire, electrified fence, the freaking dragon slave spam. Tombstone down, no buildings fall. It's pretty low, but not finished off.
Nigma sweating bullets, watching his team. He does have buyback now, though. That Aghanim Scepter could not come in soon enough for Enigma. I think he desperately needs it. Such a good power-up. Dominator, you served your purpose very well, but I think it's time to retire.
Delicately does it for OG. I don't want to get stuck in that situation again, where you lose your gyro early and you're running back. Need to set up that formation correctly in this high ground triangle area. Immediately finding Mirana. So that's Eon Disc, Lincoln's, Force Staff, Leap. Tons of tools used to disengage.
Yep, triggering the Aeon. It's always a minor victory. For now, I think they're saying the high ground is difficult to push into. With everybody alive and Refresher Shard on Nigma, I think OG probably make the correct choice to just play the map. Try and find them. Try and set up ganks as Nigma are moving out. They're on the top part of the map.
Yeah, try find a way to look for next Roshan, next objectives. Don't give Nigma guys the chance to go sneak and run your nose one more time. What's Omar up to? Hook shot him, TP in. Back to
Gets
Phantom
to
he
safety.
goes. Spam the divide, playing down bottom. There's a BKB
Big TP out.
TP. Yeah.
But
Ano ng
safe.
BKB yun?
Heading well into late game here. It's all about initiation. At this stage of the game, it's not really so
Nakakakaba,
much about
puta.
which team is stronger late game. It's more about the
Kasi
initiation.
nanalo yung OG.
Gets the better jump.
These gems, super important for that. Wind Ranger and Clockwork holding them, just removing all vision from the map. Very difficult to keep your observer alive in this kind of game. So then it's even more important for rocket flares or the face tanking of Moonlight Shadow and Mirana to give a little bit of intel. On the other side, DK blinking in, basically. Wind Ranger, wind running forward. They need heroes to go and do the job with which Nigma Galaxy have spells for. Even the arrows of Mirana, scouting tools, to be able to throw forward, give that little bit of info, to give Nigma Galaxy the slight upper hand when approaching a team fight.
Yeah. This is a significant smoke down bottom, trying to set up. Holding pretty good positions though. Just need to not get the Sven jumped immediately.
That's the only way back.
Oh, he's
Jump on the Lina. Gonna TP out, run off, it's fine. Good disengage by Nigma Galaxy.
Another Dragon News.
Clockworks or Jericho's attack speed right now. Chews through the entire cog.
Tagal pa ng Roshan, 2 minutes.
Awkward position for Nigma as they don't really want to leave the Roche area uncontested. Find themselves a good rune though. Fantastic rune for Lina to have.
That's huge. I'm in the camp of awkward for OG if they don't have any smokes left. I just really feel like Nigma Galaxy have that upper hand of approaching team fights. If OG don't have that smoke or vision advantage.
As long as they can angle it out, right? Get on the flanks, get on the sides. The more they clump up, I think the harder it is for them as well. Like sure you have Enigma and you want the clump fight, but you want to ideally get in from the angles with Mirana, not get caught so easily by everybody at the same time.
Enigma's in his base, dealing with the waves. Well, Roshan is open. Yeah,
That's close.
good time.
Overwhelming blink on the Dragon Knight, so if he blinks you cannot blink away. Always a powerful tool to have in these games where it feels like everybody has Blink Dagger.
There's a bitterly long waiting period here for OG, just milling around the pit, trying to figure out when the big match starts. We see the timer ticking down. It's been 2 minutes that they've
Teams,
sat there.
kuha ka ng Aegis mo.
Waited for 1 minute and 20 of the 2 minutes they've been in this area.
Taking a while.
And that's given Nigma Galaxy the chance again to Moonlight Shadow step out onto the map. See the Mirage, see the Wind Ranger, but Harpoon back into Light Strike Array. That's how we're starting this fight. Tombstone drop, staves him up. Wind Ranger's fine. Turnaround play on the Clockwork now.
Okay,
Eon
nice.
Disc expended, everything gone. Omar is out of here.
Still chasing. See if we can force them out, but yeah, mass TP. Lina might be able to sit around here and not leave the area. TPing ever on home is rough. She actually doesn't have TP ready yet. No, she does.
That's given time for Roshan to respawn. The 4th one pops into the pit. Lina looking for a courier snipe. Gonna get found by Tims though. requires the BKB TP one more time.
Walang mga...
He's got the full premium package, Gareth. The BKB and Lincoln's. That's full safety.
Nothing stopping me. Oh, this is the big signal now. Go Roche. Oh, you know that they've pulled and pushed Nigma Galaxy from one side of the map to the other. They've expended tools. They don't have the heroes nearby. They can't Roche pit, so that's just Aegis in the hands of the gyrocopter now.
Good arrow, but doesn't really have follow-up here. Probably doesn't want to jump him even if he did have follow-up. It's been close by.
Do it. Divide. Divide. Do it. You know, Divide. You need to do it. Just do it to him. Do it. He's not going to do it. Just black hole him.
No.
No. Of course not.
Imagine playing Nigma for an entire game, 1 hour long already, and you got to press black hole like what, 3 times?
Yeah.
And one time it immediately backfired on you.
You know, I don't have to imagine. These things happen to me on a regular.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I see.
You seem to forget I'm not a good Dota player.
No, but that's why I thought you would have pressed it a lot of times by now. That, you know, the button would be worn out.
No, I'm a classic overthinker. You know?
Oh, that is true.
There's a better black hole coming up in 5 seconds. There's another hero gonna walk in, surely, no?
Do you also save all your potions in Baldur's Gate? Do you hold everything? Might
That
just
that. So that is legitimately something that I've gone through therapy to work on.
Modern
Okay,
problems.
so that's an exaggeration, but that is a problem that's attached to other problems which I have been working on, and legitimate. So up until a year ago, yes, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Baldur's Gate, I would collect everything and never use anything, and it was a detriment. So I now use everything when I get it. I kind of have a rule set where if I get it, I use it within like 10 minutes, like legitimately. If I don't use it within 10 minutes, it doesn't exist anymore.
You went from one of the extremes to the other extreme?
Kinda, yeah. No, so
One day you will be a normal
the-
person.
the real life equivalent of this was I liked to collect books and then I was scared to read them because I didn't want them to like, you know, lose their value or like become dirty or ripped or whatever. And I've had to like undo that mentality to just, you own the thing, so use it. That's the actual rule that I've set for myself, is if you own a thing, use it.
I'll say that when I use my cheese within 20 seconds of taking Roche next time.
No, sometimes it's
After
low,
all,
you just need a
why
little nibble.
shouldn't I use it?
Your precious cheese, you're a bit peckish, just have a little bit of cheese to go with it. Well, there we go. OG at high ground. Aegis on gyrocopter, and Nigma Galaxy trying to defend. In the back, Ben has gone for a move, got a black hole at the front though, Gyro and DK. Both stuck inside, Dragon Knight down.
Fresh?
I've got another go here with a black hole on the gyrocopter, and this damage just comes through from Lorinov. Meanwhile, Sumail has managed to get in the back lines, stay alive for long enough, and survive. The onslaught has ended from OG, they don't have anything left to give, and Nigma Galaxy have not just defended their base, but repelled the aggressive hordes of heroes approaching them. Hookshot, not going to be a good one here on the Wind Ranger, but with the Enigma and Lena both catching up, the Wind Ranger's down, Scare is gone.
That is fantastic by Nigma. Finding the Rubik, taking him down early there, so important for them, so that they can actually get value out of this strong Nigma is super powerful, but as long as Rubik is alive, he cannot do anything. But this was the one fight where he actually was allowed to press his buttons. Now they get full map control, they can get all their tier 5 items, they're working
Buti
quickly
hindi niya
to get
nasita
their
yung
items.
ano.
Sticky and Desolator on Sven is some serious damage. Got the attack speed as well. I think he still might have to respect the buybacks. He doesn't have BKB ready. He blinks in. A little bit worrisome. Maybe let Lina push instead. Lina saving up for next game. 11,000.
The next generation's Alina's.
Yes.
They'll be able to go through college,
Will be
whichever one
set.
they want to.
He's the carry now.
Boy. They could become entrepreneurs and crypto bros. They can do whatever they want with their life. Start up several companies and go bankrupt. It's fine. Lena, a bank of mum and dad, gonna bankroll you through it all. 5 seconds for Gyro to respawn, and OG trying to hold on to this mid lane and defend their tier 3. Don't let Nigma Galaxy get anything more out of it.
What the fuck?
I'm still surprised that House de Mail was able to get into the back lines of the fight, deal with like 3 heroes on his own, and survive.
Yeah. Found a clean angle there. I think, was it the Mirana Arrow Vision that set it up for him? I'm not sure if it was that allowed him to get in there. You see the start of the fight. Getting onto the back line. I think he just wrapped around. He just went. Meanwhile, they go on the front line. And he found the perfect jump as well. Mirana Invis providing his value.
Oh, for sure. I mean, literally 2 fights happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Double black hole on the 2 cores, massive from Nigma Galaxy, and then it all flops into place from there on.
That was such a big move. The fact that they turned it into 2 different engagements and Rubik falling immediately, using buyback as well, so he's still even back in live.
Silo!
The wounds of this fight are still lasting.
Silo! Silo!
Wisdom Shrine while denying a haste rune. Device starting to get into the groove. It only took him 60 minutes.
Come on, OG, come on.
He's got a Dizun blood right now. Massive, massive item. Has everyone finished off their tier 5s?
What do we have actually for the different tier 5s? Have they found them all?
Oh my god, I get so scared. they arrow the gyrocopter. There's nobody there to follow it up. Just look at the mini-map, bro.
Tormentor
Here
all
for Nigma Galaxy.
all the little advantages. Sven Shard. Little addition to have. Maybe not the most important thing, but every bit helps.
Radiant's turret has been
Sven is such a weird hero in that, like, ramp up time to being 6 slotted, and then trying to figure out what to do with your 6 slots. And then getting to super late game where you're like, okay, I need to trade out like 3 items here, guys. Like, I need a bit more time to figure out what I exactly need. Because you get to that bridge point, right, where you go from that mid-game powerhouse trying to then transition into like hyper carry, whereas Gyro is a much more straight line to that end point.
Yeah, Jarrett builds a lot of the damage items a little bit earlier, right? It's perhaps a bit cleaner in that regard. Sven has more stepping stones. The Masked Madness has to be replaced at some point and so on.
And he doesn't necessarily want to buy, Aghanim Scepter, Ag's Blessing, whereas that's a very easy transition for Gyro to do.
I do respect that Selena is Aghanims and Moon Sharded right now, and Aghanim Sharded. She is fully true and well 9 slotted. Going for the rapier as well. See that demon edge.
What we need. She's got a little harp. I'm having some struggles looking at neutral items here.
Yeah. As we have
Another
a bit of a farm, but yeah, let's take a look at neutral items. So, interesting. We have Spider Legs coming in for Clock. There's some Blood right on Enigma. That's a huge one for the extra AoE. Same for Dragonite, who actually has been stunning a lot of people as well. Harmonizer on the Rubik. Pretty cool stuff overall. Bit of extra mobility coming in with Fallen Sky.
There's no dead weight like, they got a shit item here. Everyone got good items.
Yeah, I mean they're all useful. I think the closest would be I don't like with Book of the Dead so much ever since they changed it. I think it's less valuable without the true sight, but it's still good. You sometimes need it, and sometimes you can elicit a reaction or response. So both teams grabbing one of them.
Yeah, I feel like in this kind of, especially this kind of back and forth game where you're teetering on the edge of one fight leads to game end or mega creeps or whatever it might be, the Book of the Dead is like pushing that top lane, right, to set up, could potentially open a team fight or open another follow-through push, or just force a TP back so you can roach, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still great utility. Oh yeah, they have the shard over on the Rubik.
But yeah,
Will buy out because buyback is still on cooldown, of course. Him and Dragonite without buyback. Everybody else has their buyback. As we have a little bit of a pause here for anyone in the audience who wonders about buyback at any given point. PSA is that you can see a little yellow line on the left next to the heroes. You see if they have the yellow line next to their hero icon, it means they have buyback.
it's those little things that make the big difference. Little bits of like information that's like hidden in plain view, basically. Like it looks like it's part of the UI, but it gives you valuable information. It's always really nice.
Yeah.
And that's always a difficulty with games like this, where there are so many parameters and info that you can give at any given time. Trying to make the UI clean, readable, but also include that information is honestly a massive task.
Yeah, there's a lot of those little things. I mean, it's also visible on the death timer, right? Being able to see the yellow on the death border. But
Gold bar.
it's nice because otherwise in Dota you have to click around a lot to see a lot of things. It's at least when you play. At least when you spectate, it should be a bit smoother.
Yeah, I mean, easily, I remember, don't even have to think that far back of remembering the times when we couldn't see what was inside people's couriers, right? Now I just click on a hero, all these nice little production additions that show courier.
Gyro.
Fishing here, see Jarkopter coming out. He senses something, senses danger.
Nice thing.
He caught him there a little bit with his word when he dropped it.
Knows that they were lurking.
Over an hour into the game and your plus one is putting wards and sentry wards. Crazy stuff going on.
A classic, isn't it? Supports are too valuable. Can't put them out there in harm's way. Right.
Clockwork is close to building a block of cheese. Needs a little bit more flowers. After he presses a few more, he can turn them into cheese.
That's how it works.
Yes. And OG's still stuck in their base. The pain of not having buyback on Dragon Knight and Rubik is still haunting them. So that one fight up top, it feels like a long time ago now, but the echoes of that fight still haunt them.
Into the roach pit they go. There is a way. There is a way of making cheese. With I think it's fig leaf. Where you heat up, you do normal cheese making stuff, heating up milk, and then the fig leaf has some like acid in it or something, which turns it into it's like fake rennet. They
So
make
it's flour cheese?
vegan cheese out of it. So it is actually pressed. It's not flour. It's leaf cheese. I guess. But close enough.
I'd try
Anyway,
it.
there's your culinary lesson for the day. You can make cheese
Very
with
good.
milk and leaves. There are items in the roach pit. They are not branches or magic sticks or wands or observer wards. There's a refresher shard in there. Go get it.
Get yourself a shard. May as well in Mirana. It's pretty nice. Sure, it doesn't refresh your items anymore, but double ulti is pretty good. And arrow, if you land the first arrow, just refresh that, pull it again.
These big arrows? That's insane.
I mean, she can do a lot of AoE damage with the refresher shard, actually. She does have level 25 as well.
The map's starting to get smaller for OG here. Coming back in their base as Nigma Galaxy have spent a good 50 minutes scraping, clawing their way back into this game. Now, sitting in that position of power. The throne is theirs. They might get kicked off it in a moment. That big smoke OG looking to upset the stake of the game. They're fighting into Aegis and double cheese. It's a risky prospect, but it all starts off with that initial jump, that first kill, the smoke break gives info, and GH is going to get the leaps and the Eon Disc
He is
away.
out of here. Oh my god.
Off he pops! To the 3,000 range, gone! Hook shot forward. Wow, Omar, two men caught in the cogs. Gyro and DK, they're going to have to BKB the DK, retreat with the Gyro while the Undying Raven has fallen quickly. Does have that, respawn, reincarnates back in base, but we've spent Dragon Form, BKBs, and Nigma Galaxy is still chasing the Gyro. He's going to have to use his own one. Thinking about turning and fighting into this Lina. In comes the Sven, some good damage to force the Gyrocopter back, and a Gale Force to shove them away. DK jumped in, dangerous territory, Yopo stunned, he's gonna get
Wala
lifted back
siyang
in, but there's no
buyback.
safety for him, dead for 2 minutes
Hala.
now, Gyro getting pushed back into his base. No more follow through, they can't get onto Natsumi right now. Instead, focusing on buildings, going for tier 3s.
Oh my god, the DK being dead. This is really rough for them. They can just keep pushing.
Hit the buildings,
Aegis on Sven.
another stun. On the Undying, the damage saps through him. Well, he's dead, with buyback available. But you're losing your buildings so damn quickly.
cost them essentially nothing. Rapier on the Gyrocopter, swapping out the Eye of Skadi.
Rubik doing what he can. Fable, Dragon Slave, spam, spam, spam. But the Eidolons, they are mass. They duplicate. They're breeding.
Oh,
There's too many of them. There's so many. They're all gone. One flat cannon. That's all you need. Natsumi drifting forward, trying to deal with this. Lina, Divine, threatening maybe with that black hole, the idea of it. And got Undying to save up the gyro. Tombstone getting cleared out though. The Sven and the Lina make short work of
Oh,
Natsumi.
tangay na.
So
Nakuha
much
pa yung
for your
rape.
Divine Rapier, so much for your carry, and so much for your base. OG lose that middle lane, and Nigma Galaxy find themselves fully in control, forcing them all the way back to Fountain, making the jump onto Skem. Wind Ranger gone, dead out of here. The black hole out of the Enigma as well, onto the 2. Gyro gets pulled back in as well as the 3rd. They're going to lose this Raven Undying. He's gone out of here. Lifting Clockwork into Fountain. Yes, you get a trade kill, but Enigma Galaxy need to be wary of Natsumi on this Gyro. The BKB has expired though. Freedom for Nigma now to do what they want. They came in, cleared the base, got some big kills, and OG left wondering, scratching their heads what they're meant to do now.
Devastating damage being dealt, stealing the Rapier as well. Just tons of value coming in, and they didn't even expend the Aegis on Sven this time. As he had the Aegis, they didn't even want to try to focus on him. They tried to go onto the Lina, but we see all these Force Staffs, repositioning tools. This truly has been a game of kiting whoever gets jumped.
Ganda ng ginagawa nung araw.
Lina's just adding more to her collection.
Yeah, X2. Why not?
Might be a 3rd.
He doesn't need
Might
an
be a
engine
3rd
backpack
coming
as
with
well.
one,
Yeah,
dude. Like, I'm looking at that, yeah.
he's so overwhelmingly rich. He says
Hindi nila kayang mag-close eh.
Okay. The
Kanina
most
pwede
value
na
DPS
i-close.
increases. Daedalus, not Rapier.
Naku, may banner yan.
Sumel's looking at these tier 4 towers now. The
There are
spam of rocket
rockets
flares, a
everywhere.
flurry of vision, the damage, the tags onto these Radiant heroes, but the hook shot misses. Omar doesn't find his target. I do pop the Eon Disc on the Rubik now. The Dragon Knight's going to hold firm on the Ancient. Not at the Ancient, he is on the Ancient, flying over it to defend with his body. Marana leaping forward, shows the
Ako,
spec,
walang bahay
clears
mo.
through
Oh.
Tim's, dead with buyback. They're trying to defend the throne of the Dragon Knight, jumping straight towards
Ah,
the
wala na.
But the Gyrocopter's disappeared to the Sven now.
Liha's turning it.
God, he's disappeared. Oh, no buyback. The game is just over. Oh, Waka, Nigma Galaxy 2-0 OG.
Oh my god, dude. What a game though. This second game felt
Super
like by
disappointed,
every right it
coach.
should be
Pero
OG's
nice game pa rin.
But somewhere around minute 30, 35.
Kaya na nila
they
i-close eh.
started
Hindi nila
slipping.
na
Their
i-close.
aggro turned it to a slow sort of control instead. And Nigma, they found their moment, working their way back into what was a crazy game too.
They're just